welcome to the club.
My club are mental, aren't they?
21 is coming.
You're chatting gas. Embarrassing.
Half ref.
Most toxic fan base in the world are Arsenal.
Liverpool, the worst champions ever. What's going on, people? We are live. We are back, and we have got a big one today. It is Buvey's Manchester City. It is Rory's Chelsea Football Club. It is those two head-to-head for 3 points at the Etihad Stadium. What
Do you think it's a classic?
Do I need to sit in the middle today?
There is. Do you know what would be
Never.
just spectacular? Do you know what would be like one of the best things ever? For some reason, look, I don't want Arsenal to win the league. On some level, I want City to win the league. But I would, just because I'm sat next to him, I would love to derail their title bid.
Oh, yeah.
I would love
I'm a Chelsea fan.
I would
for 90
love.
minutes.
Oh, it will be so.
We can't afford
special.
it, Roars. Have you seen Arsenal today and Liverpool? Can't afford it.
Arsenal hitting
No,
5,
you
6
need to
every
win.
week.
The pressure is on you now. Arsenal and Liverpool scoring 9 between them. They have put the pressure on you today. And look, I'm looking at these Man City players warming up.
They look scared.
Hey, look, Carl
Get
Walker,
a
you're right,
grip.
son. God, that Kevin De Bruyne, he looks terrified.
Yes, so
Petrified. You can see it in his eyes. You can see how scared he is.
we are looking at
see
mainly
it.
form lads as well. I don't know if you watch Copenhagen. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't.
Wonderful.
But
You were telling me
that's
how rubbish
German,
they
innit?
were when Manchester United.
when did I say that?
When Manchester United.
When they came above United in the group.
Yeah, you were telling me how bad
That's a
they were.
different narrative.
Why am I getting dragged into
Knockout
this?
football's different. You know, Man United wouldn't know anything about that in Europe in the last 10 years. But apart from that, this City side looks
I've
sensational,
I've
lads.
just caught Adam on our screen. Adam, you do have a wonderful tan.
I look like I've gone like the shade of this desk, haven't I? It's looking good, man. It's what happens when I go away. It's about nice.
That is an incredible.
I like
tan.
to think this is my natural colour, but because I get beat by the lack of sun,
I didn't.
it burns
When I
me.
look at you, when I look at you
UK.
like this, I don't necessarily see it, and I look at you on the screen. I'm just like, wow, wow, you've really caught the sun.
Is it like that during the summer in the UK?
No. But I have a bit more colour in me,
Yeah.
don't I?
yeah.
A little bit. Like a lot of pictures of me, especially as a child, you can tell what the weather was like outside by looking at my face. I mean, you just can tell.
That's like a
picture in
fossil,
winter
isn't it?
there, Adam. Yeah, November, clearly November. That one. Yeah. It is. But no, this is huge. I think we're so up against it, but for some reason, and I rarely get predictions wrong. For some reason, I've got a feeling that we're going to get something out of this game. All week I've been saying that we get beat. All week I've been struggling to see a world in which we can get anything past them. City have looked mesmerised form at the perfect time. But Chelsea this season, on the rare occasion that we've played well, it has been against Liverpool. It has been against Manchester City. It has been against Arsenal.
What
Cole
was the game
Palmer's
the
going to
other
have a
week
point
when
to
you
prove.
said you felt
The first minute of the highlight reel, it was like, I think, oh,
what game
good
was that?
feeling,
Against
lads. Good
Liverpool?
feeling. Was it
Against Liverpool? Yeah, because he said he was going to upset the party at Anfield. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then Liverpool.
You got
No,
smashed,
what
didn't
I
you?
said was Arsenal were going to upset the party at Anfield a week later. That's what I said.
There was a
I
Chelsea
think
game in particular that you were in. And
game.
It was an Arsenal thing.
You were feeling very, very optimistic.
It was an Arsenal thing.
about-
But I think that you have reason to be scared today. Conor Gallagher in fine goal scoring form. Cole
God.
Palmer with a point to prove. Already scored against his former club this season.
But we've talked about that, how much you love Conor Gallagher. I get it, but then I was chatting to a Chelsea fan yesterday, and they thought Conor Gallagher could have been substituted. He was so bad against Crystal Palace. I know
Who?
he rocked up with
Who's
2 goals, but
Who's
you,
this?
Oh, he was
Who's
very
this-
good against
Who's this
Palace.
Burke?
big Chelsea fan. But
The one that dropped you from the football team.
we're not on talking terms.
Who was it? I want to know.
What? Do you know every Chelsea
I
fan
need to
going?
know. No, it's a need to know basis.
So-
I need to know. Everybody watching
There's a
needs to know.
Chelsea fan I was chatting to, and he said,
Whom?
I'm not saying.
Whom?
Well, it
No, it
wasn't
didn't
you.
happen.
Because you had some sense, so it definitely wasn't
no,
you.
it wasn't
So,
me.
obviously wasn't
to
you.
whom
There
was it
was a
said?
Chelsea fan I was chatting to, and he said, Conor Gallagher, he
Who?
was so bad in the first half against
No, it
Palace.
didn't happen. If
Did
you've
you
got-
watch the Palace
No,
game?
I
What
need
were you
your,
doing?
I need a source.
I watched the Palace
What
game.
were you doing?
Watched all the
Watching.
games.
I need a source.
Huh?
I need a source for
Okay,
this.
how about me as a source?
You
He
don't
was
have
rubbish
this didn't
first
happen.
half.
You can tell
You're-
he's made it up.
This is his source.
My source
Trust
was
me, bro. Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. Yeah. Who's your source?
Why do you
if it's
want
a
to know?
reputable
Why
source,
do
I
we
need
break?
to know.
Why do we break down the actual footballing debate I was putting forward? You were rubbish in the first half. You were. It's a good
No,
win.
we were rubbish in
It's
the
a
first
good win.
half. We were,
and
we
Conor
were-
Gallagher
we weren't very
wasn't
good in
in
the second
play.
half, to be totally frank. We scored good goals. We took our chances and we had our moments, but
His finisher was amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Finish was class.
We
Yeah.
didn't play very well overall, and no, he didn't have a good half.
Palace looked really bad though.
This is the important thing to remember. You've got look. Obviously, everybody around this table is desperate for Roy Hodgson to recover, and we hope that it goes his way. Obviously, and it's looking like he is. He's walking on unaided. He's talking to the doctors, and thank God for that. Strictly through the lens of football, though, Roy Hodgson was a Rizzler paper away from being. Roy Hodgson was basically.
I think it is happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
he won't manage.
I think they're just being respectful at this moment in time.
Yes,
and kind of delaying the inevitable.
But that's the important thing against Palace. Whilst I was incredibly happy with it, I was live on my channel during the game. I was really happy that it had gone our way. We're playing Palace, who are on the cusp of sacking their manager, who are without Eze and Elise. You know what I mean? Like, of course,
you're 1-0
won.
down, weren't you? With a great Lerma goal.
Worry about him, man, with those injuries.
Elise
got so much talent, man. He gets some big injuries, and got to feel for him.
I think that changes when there's less pressure on him.
Hmm?
I think it changes. You know when he's at a side like Palace, who are totally reliant upon him, there is a necessity to play him. Look, say the move to Chelsea had happened, or say he got an even better move to City. He would only play when fit. There wouldn't be this urge to make him play, because if he's not available, you play Doku. If he's not available, you play Grealish. If he's not available, you play Foden.
Look at Phil Foden's minutes. He plays a lot of games, but not as many minutes as Saka. Half as many minutes as Saka. Same amount of games in a similar kind of time span. So that's because he can get rested at 60 minutes when we're 3-0 up. Yeah, we're lucky enough to say that. Of course, lucky enough to say that.
Yeah, you're right. The pressure isn't on the player.
I was watching a thing with Darren Bent, though, where he was talking about being a player that's carrying an injury, and I'll just play. Like, even if I know I might get injured again, or I might be playing with an injury and hampering myself, you're still going to, and sometimes that can happen with players that are constantly injured. They just feel, what, I'll just play. And
do you reckon they can tell now? Modern doctors can use technology to say, well, you're running 1 kilometre slower today, you're not playing tomorrow. Like, I think they use a lot more, it's more data driven as opposed to emotional.
Like Palace as well, like Rory's saying, like, he's relied upon more there.
Yeah.
It's easier for them to go,
well, also,
he's not going to lie.
You know, Man City, say for example, Jack Grealish is just feeling a little bit under the weather, or he's been off for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Let's make it 3 weeks, Jack, and make sure that you're okay. Yeah. Whereas Roy Hodgson goes, are you all right? Because we really need you to play this game, because I'm going to get the sack if you don't score.
Yeah, we need you.
But Chelsea beating Palace, it's the most formulaic win in the league, isn't it? Of course we beat Palace when they're in the form that they're in without their two best players.
It's still, to come back away from home, based on how bad I think you were in the first half. Something changed. Look, we could say maybe it's not Pochettino. We can have a debate about that.
It was. Do you know? This isn't necessarily a conspiracy theory.
I love when a sentence starts like that.
You know when you start with, this isn't necessarily a conspiracy theory. Right, and that Ike bloke. No, right. No. Do you know what I think changed the game? I don't know if you would have noticed, but the referees had some sort of malfunction in their communication. Yeah. So the second half took about 15 minutes.
It was a delay, wasn't it?
I was tweeting about that, man.
I think that delay. Chelsea scored 20 seconds into the second half. Yeah. I think Palace came out ready for the game, totally switched on. The game didn't start, so they were like doing some kick-ups and that. Yeah. And then they were 1-1. They were like, what? Because they switched
But I
off.
thought that as well, because I hate referees, so any excuse to have a go and use it as a topic. But then I thought, so why are Chelsea fresher than Palace?
No, because we maintained, we deserve credit.
Did your coach come on the pitch and do training drills or anything like that?
I'm not sure, but I just think that you could see that Chelsea had maintained sheer professionalism. Look, it's in a parallel universe. I reckon if the refereeing technology doesn't malfunction, I think that Palace hold their lead for longer.
I thought that genuinely.
I genuinely believe that. But
it was an absolute shambles, by the way. It was absolute. It was about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was ages.
And all the players had to go in the dugout and had no idea what was happening.
Do you know the other thing that changed the game? My mate who was there was telling me, Palace made a huge error. Huge error. The DJ at Crystal Palace, he played Three Little Birds, right? Bob Marley, which is a Chelsea song. It's a song that Chelsea have sung for years. It comes in and out of fashion, but Chelsea were 1-0 down at Palace. It's been a terrible season. We're sitting 12th in the league. Three Little Birds really resonates. The lyrics of Three Little Birds really resonates with Chelsea at the moment. They happen to coincidentally play it just to keep the fans entertained during that break.
Didn't they? Yeah.
They played that song, which meant that Chelsea fans were suddenly like...
Wait, are we at Stamford Bridge?
Chelsea fans singing it like...
You could hear it through the TV.
Yeah.
That was a game I was watching because the games were on there because I was like 5 hours ahead.
And obviously I've seen like some videos on Twitter. It looked really good, looked really loud, really passionate, really lively. I think that also played into Chelsea's hands. Like, it's a perfect song as well. We'll be singing it today when we're 4-0 down at half-time. It's, again, the perfect song to sing away at Man City when you're getting battered. Adam, there is a super chat, and you know what that means?
Gotta read it. I'm not reading that out, though.
It says...
No, you're not. You can't read that out.
I'll
What-
do
what
it in
the
the
content
accent, which
is.
would
Come on,
effectively
City.
mean it wasn't me.
Packing Chelsea in. What's the next word?
Blunt.
Blunt.
TN.
Toronto
Tonight. So come on.
tonight.
He says,
City.
come on.
City.
City.
From
There's
Izza. Thank
packing
you, Izza.
Chelsea
Thank
in
you,
the
Izza.
blunt tonight.
Oh, I
Why?
get
They're
it.
going to smoke that Chelsea pack, is what they're saying.
I can't see that. Is
Toronto.
that worrying?
He's in Toronto.
He's in the TO.
Like Snow. You know, the
Like
guy who
Drake.
sung Informer.
Informer.
Yeah. Yeah. Come with a nice young
Did you see why
lady
Drake
into
was
London.
trending recently?
Drake?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Tell me.
You don't want to know.
Was it anything to do with Tom Garrett?
It was, it was weirdly along those lines.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He was on his own, though, in the video.
Doing that?
But he's on his own.
What, just randomly having some
Oh, for
Drake
God's
time?
sake, we're about 7 minutes into the
Some
stream,
Drake
man.
time. Yeah. Yeah, some Drake time. Just having some Buvey time.
I feel no ways about that, lads. I feel no ways about that.
About what,
Do
Drake?
you-
It was a Drake joke. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, do you
I
remember,
don't
do you
listen to
remember when
him
we did
anymore,
this
so-
before with the streets and you
street,
started
yeah.
Googling
Yeah,
street? Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, that's a good one, Adam. I'm just blinded by the lights.
Yeah, that was bad form. from you.
Pochettino's looking
It's dye, innit? It's hair dye.
comfortable. You see, this is interesting. Do you think, right? Did you think that is hair dye?
It is. I've seen it. I've seen like a
His
clip of
beard's
him.
too grey for his
a week
hair
before.
to not have a bit.
So he's gone on the just
I
for
don't
men.
have
He's fully
nothing
grey.
against a little bit of just for
what do you
men.
reckon's better? Do you reckon that Pep Guardiola? Do you have more respect for Pep Guardiola or Antonio Conte on the Barnet front?
Oh, Guardiola. Yeah, he rocks it, doesn't he? He owns
Okay,
it.
no, not just because Guardiola's handsome. Ten Hag.
No, I
like,
mean, but
do you think
Conte
you're better
with his
off
wig.
going-
I mean, when Conte's wig fell off in Italy, when he was it a Juve or just before that? His wig
No,
fell off when he was running down
yeah,
the touchline. It's like,
yeah.
mate,
No, but it's not a
come
wig
on.
anymore, is it? It's a
It was a toupee.
thing.
Is-
No,
is-
not
did you-
anymore.
There was
got
a
the
period where it
turkey
was a
job?
toupee.
I think he's now got
Transplant.
which everybody has. Like, I saw Zola.
Yeah.
I saw, I love Gianfranco Zola,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
adore him. I follow him on social media. He put a picture of him up, a video, in fact, it was, talking. And he has more luscious hair today than he had when he was 30, 60.
Yeah.
I then looked at him. There's a picture of him managing West Ham, and he's obviously had the
Yeah.
treatment. Do you think that Ten Hag, who do you have more respect for? Ten Hag or Zola?
Yeah, but,
But you don't know we don't know if Ten Hag is purpose. Like,
And
remember Ashley Young?
Ten Hag is
Ashley Young was bold, and then one day he just had a full head of hair. You're like, hold on, why were you bold for so long? Because your hair's looking good.
no Ten Hag.
Do you know what I mean?
Ten
Like-
Hag isn't opting into.
You don't. I said I don't know. 'Cause I can't remember him having a head.
it's about who you are. Zola was a cool guy, an amazing footballer. He deserves to have a head of hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some footballers.
Also,
like,
he's
Ten Hag
Italian,
is a
innit? I
bold
think
guy. And
Italians-
No, but Roberto-
Ten Hag's a
Roberto Di
boldy.
Matteo-
He's a bold guy, and he. Ten
No,
Hag
but
is bold.
Roberto Di Matteo, loves an espresso down the King's Road. We should have a stand named after Roberto Di Matteo. That is his contribution to Chelsea. He's also like everything that you're saying, Italian and whatever.
Yeah.
But he kind of does the bald thing without.
Mm.
Basically, my question is: are you more respectful of a Ten Hag character or a Rob Holding character?
I don't mind if you want to go and get a hair transplant. I'm just preempting 10 years' time.
Would you?
I've never lost my head of hair.
No. But there's a picture of Guardiola when he's 37
But
playing
you know
for
what I've
Roma.
got?
He's got a full head of hair
You know
like
what I
you. And
discovered?
then 39, it's gone.
And it's an illness.
What,
It's
alopecia?
like I've got two crowns.
Like
You know what
King
a
Lear?
crown is, right? A crown is where your hair grows, like. I've got a double one.
King
Apparently only
Lear.
5% of the world have
What does
a
that
double.
mean, though?
Means you're
He
genius,
said it
man.
was an
It's genius level
illness.
intellect.
If I start to bold, I'll start to bold from 2 spots. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Bit
although it
wild,
could
that,
go
innit?
from the front. It can also
Oh, yeah,
start at the
it can
front,
do.
can't it?
Yeah.
It can go there, it can go anywhere.
I can grow my hair
But
quite long, though, so I think if I
basically-
lost a bit,
So you're not. What I'm trying to say is,
So do you
you're
think
not worried.
Pochettino-
You're not worried in a couple of years it randomly goes.
I'm
You're not
ready
worried
to
at all.
go bold. I'm
The
prepared.
thing is, you're
Okay,
you're a
fair
man,
enough. Fair enough.
you're also a married man who's sort of done it. You've been the young handsome
Done
bloke.
it.
You've been the young handsome bloke. Now you can be the old bald fella. Like it's the next step. It's the next step. But so would you do maybe Pochettino? The fact that he's done the dye, I'm now thinking, has he done the full shebang?
His hair's real, I think.
Do you?
I've not got the impression it's
But it's a
fake hair.
really thick head of hair for a man his age.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments down below. Okay, is it for real or not? I want to know.
Mate,
It might
you
be
brought up
AI.
the Just
It
for
might
Men.
be. It might be
You
AI
brought up the
created
Just for
hair.
Men.
All I know is De Bruyne's got the best haircut in the Premier League right
But
now.
is De Bruyne's his hair, do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, that's real. That's authentic. Come on.
I don't know,
We
you know.
can't doubt De
Do you know?
Bruyne's
Do you know?
hair.
Do you know? Since this modern world of everybody,
You have to doubt it, man.
I start doubting everyone.
Yeah, doubt it.
Yeah, I started doubting everyone. Like someone told me that Andros Townsend had a tattoo, and I believed it. And then his hair was like high. I was like, "Is it a 3D tattoo?"
And then his hair started running. His hair started running.
Yeah. So
he was looking
how's
like
he done
Rudy
that?
Giuliani on the pitch.
Yeah, Rudy Giuliani, man.
Why's
that
your
was
skin
bad.
leaking Turkish? No, it's
Yeah.
just my hair. It's just
That was amazing.
yeah. But I think, I've had these thoughts of myself because I've got a lot of greys on the
There is a super chat that has just landed,
Big
which
dog.
is talking about.
Dog.
I am the dog.
Hang on a minute. There's no such thing as a beard transplant, is there?
Yeah, there is. There's everything transplant. It's 21st
This isn't.
century.
This is
Rory.
not, by the way. But
No,
what
no.
do people? So what you can get this
Yeah,
done?
you can get everything done.
You really?
Get anything done.
God, it's
It's a crazy world out there.
World, isn't it?
thing that baffles me as well. Have you seen the people that get their Hampstead Heath done? Like those crazy.
Yeah. Do you see that woman in the
The
pub?
pe-
She was
what's
shouting
that
at
thing
someone
where
and they
people-
fell out. She was shouting to her pint.
I saw something mental. This lady went over to Turkey, I think, and they filed her teeth.
Yeah, that's
little
that cool.
piranha teeth.
Yeah, and then
Right?
they put teeth on
They
them,
look
innit?
like little piranha teeth.
Piranha.
Tiny little piranhas. And then what they do is they cap them. Her procedure stopped for some reason.
can I just
so they
ask-
filed her teeth down and she just left with these little tiny...
You're a man that is very on top of his dental hygiene. Like everyone here is on top, but Rory more than most. He's got his
walks
mouthwash
around with a
him
mouthwash.
constantly, you know. So would you do that if you had to?
No.
Because you've got the
No.
money to do it.
No.
You could probably get it done for free if you promoted someone.
No. Not the teeth. Because also, I don't think they look
Scary
good.
that, innit?
I
You
don't
want
think
to
they
take
look
them
good.
down.
Also, it must be agony. Like, I think those fake Ryland Essex teeth, I think you look like a complete moron.
I think they only work if you
It's
have
like, you know, the
real
girls,
issues
the
there.
girls that
Real
have
issues.
all of the, like,
Yeah, pull back and all
that
that.
thing. You just
What's
like,
that called?
like
Something
you got
faceless.
some at Croydon. You got some of these like young, really good.
Should we all
looking
just
girls.
chip in? Why don't we do this? We'll chip
Right.
in 10 grand each, but we all decide an operation for each other.
Yeah.
Right? So
I
but
want
it's
to
blind.
get this.
I want a
basically, lad.
booty.
You know what I've got? He's gonna get a BBL. I've got a weird forehead shape. Have you seen this?
No, you're
Nothing,
fine.
there's
man.
none-
You're
of all the
fine.
things wrong
wanna
with
get
you,
this chisel.
of all the things wrong with you, your forehead's fine.
I wanna-
Look at your colour, but you're amazing.
Yeah, you're glowing, man.
You're actually like.
I want to go on holiday more
vibrant.
often,
I
man.
think I'm going to get a tan from you.
Yeah.
This is like a sunbed. It's amazing.
I need to go on holiday. Look
Is
how
it that-
pale
is
I
that
look.
The image.
Look
I
how
know.
pale I
I
look.
know. It's like a scale.
It is
Adam, it's so unbelievable.
like a Dulux chart.
It's absolutely unbelievable. There's another super chat. This is our best.
By the way,
thing
let's
ever.
get away from like
Rory, if Chelsea
grey
win
hairs
this
and all that.
game, is all forgiven with Pochettino? No. Nothing will be forgiven with Pochettino. I am a man who holds a grudge. I'm a man who hasn't forgiven Beckham from 1998.
You're
Regardless of what happens with today or the Liverpool Cup final, that's the one. Today, nothing changes. If he were to win a cup, still nothing changes. But I will be a lot happier.
League Cup,
Arsenal
League Cup's
fans in the
huge.
comments, by the
Huge
way.
for us, yeah.
Arsenal fans in the
Are
comments.
you
by the way.
joking?
No, it's a huge game for you and Liverpool.
We
Liverpool's got
see
so many
you
injuries.
and we hear you, and we'll be talking about Arsenal very, very soon. But first, what we want to do is obviously we're going to remind you about Super 6 right now. We are sponsored by Super 6. And Super 6, and I've predicted today, I don't want this to happen, right? Because I need Arsenal to win this league title. I
Yeah.
can't have City doing 4 in a row, and I can't have Liverpool doing 20 all.
Yeah.
I can't have that happening, right?
Yeah.
I need City to lose, but I think they're going to batter Chelsea today. And I've gone for a 4-1 City win on my Super 6. What are you guys going for in this game?
I've gone 4-0. I think it's a big
Ooh.
opportunity to get a pretty easy 4-0 for me. I think Rory's a bit more conservative. I think you predicted 2-1, haven't you? Something like that. You were chatting to me earlier.
I have. I've kind of gone for. I don't think Chelsea are going to win the game, but because Buvey's really getting on my nerves, I'm saying that I think Chelsea win the game.
Yeah.
I take a draw now, though.
Of course, I
draw would
think
be
anyone
great.
takes a draw at the Etihad before the game.
I take a draw now. Do you know what I'm slightly concerned about? That we get battered.
I mean, that's a likelihood, yeah.
That's
I think
what-
that's the most popular prediction, 5.5%, which is saying 3-1 to Manchester City.
That's
2-0
crazy, isn't it?
Chelsea is 2-0 to City is also a popular prediction. As is 2-1 City, 3-0. You know the drill, innit? All the popular scores are City winning.
It's damn an indictment, Adam, because Roy and I have done Chelsea City streams for years now. And never been bigger in the last 20, 25, 30 years even, in terms of... Look, obviously, you could pick up a draw, you could even
No,
pick up a
30
win.
years ago, you were definitely because you were
What
in
year
Division
did?
2.
What year did?
Yeah, apart from that.
You were in Division 2.
you're not
They were
trying to say-
definitely.
that's
well,
years
certainly,
ago.
certainly.
But it's crazy. What's that?
What year?
Sinatra one or the other one?
Not the taxing one.
2009.
This one.
Or
Nine.
8, 9.
This was 9.
Yeah.
So Chelsea.
Took us about
So I'm just trying to
2004.
see like the swing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
quite a
I'm
crazy
talking
swing,
more
isn't it?
7 years, 6 years. The Champions League final is obviously a big moment for Chelsea,
think-
but
I
the
think
league
Buvey-
title, they've not competed in the league with us for years now.
That's completely true. You know, he won the European Cup against City. You know, we haven't beaten them.
It's a good win to have, though.
Yeah, but I mean, no.
amazing,
On the
yeah.
day that we played in Portugal, if you'd said to me, "You can win today, but you won't win for a decade," I would have said yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually think it'd be true.
Because the last big win at the Etihad I can think of is Willian and
Costa.
and Costa. And
Yeah,
that's,
yeah. There's Gary Cahill.
We had
goal in
Otamendi
there,
at the
wasn't
back. That was Guardiola's first season.
Yeah.
And look what he's achieved since then. And you haven't really
That
been able
might
to
be
keep
the
up with him.
last time we've won there. There was an Ivanovic winner.
Yeah, I
That
think
was
you've won
before though.
after
Talking
There was
about
an Ivanovic
BBL.
winner. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there was an Ivanovic
That guy
winner,
galoops,
Mourinho.
man.
It was, do you know, it was
Galoops for
Mourinho's.
days.
It was Mourinho's
It's very
performance.
Buvey-like in that sense.
Ivanovic
isn't
is
it?
very Buvey.
You and
I'll take
you and
I'll take that.
Ivanovic's bottom halves are probably the same.
In terms of raw power and speed and quality on football, yeah.
Do you know? Do you
No,
know?
in terms of
he was,
That's why
he
I'm
was-
wearing trackies all the time.
he
Why
was
do you think I'm wearing
he was-
trackies
he
all
was
the
an
time?
amazing player. Do you know? Whenever Chelsea would win silverware, do you know what he would do? He would just like sit on the crossbar and celebrate.
I like
Like
that.
whenever,
it
whatever,
in.
he'd just like get like a mad Chelsea, like get it off the top of a fan, like a mad Chelsea hat and a scar or something. Don't know how, but he's an athlete and tall. Got himself on top of the crossbar, he'd just sit up there, just sort of enjoying himself.
Ivanovic, man.
I like that.
He's arguably, look, I'm not saying
Yeah.
he's better than Walker or Neville.
No, he's
or
in the
anything
shout
like,
for best right back.
He's in the shout
He's
for
in the
best
conversation.
right back season ever. His
Yeah.
peaks was
Something-
like he was
08
unplayable.
was amazing.
He was
If he's
unplayable.
in he's Chelsea's best right back in the Premier League era, right?
Dan Petrescu probably.
But take
Paulo
take your
Paulo Ferreira,
roster-
look how handsome he was.
Paulo Ferreira.
Paulo Ferreira.
Similar
There's a
to-
man.
That's how good
Don't you
Chelsea
think?
were. That's how good they were.
There's a man who should wear a pastel-coloured jumper jauntily tied around his neck on a daily basis.
Yeah, like Pirlo, and then maybe
Yeah.
people
Pirlo,
will start.
yeah.
fancying him and stuff.
Just looking moody.
Remember that era where everyone just fell in love with Pirlo,
Yeah, it was really weird.
and they
it
were
was
like,
really
"We've
weird.
always loved it." Obviously, incredible taking
Yeah.
anything away from him.
No, it was a really weird thing though. It was a phenomenon.
Yeah,
I think it was because he
After
posed
06.
in vineyards, looking just
wine
sitting in a
in a
vineyard with
vineyard,
the
innit?
tight trousers on.
Also, I feel like that's something you'd only do for a picture.
Yeah, take a pic. Why is there a chair? He sits there. Just sit there. I'll get a quick snap. Oh, I'll do it quick, man. God, this is going to change my life. It's amazing. The best picture I've ever taken.
Big Daz with a super chat says, weirdest experience of being recognised in public for you guys.
You always have it on dates, don't you?
I have it on dates. The weirdest for me, I sat on the train once after playing football. Get on the train. I look to the left of me. The guy's watching one of my videos,
Oh.
and he hasn't recognised. He's just watching my video. I'm
That's
sat
mental.
there, and you know on the tube you can't move.
Yeah.
So I'm sat there for like 35 minutes. Then
That's-
he recognises me.
Do you know when you've told me about being recognised? When I just think it would be surreal. Like, and thankfully, it was never an issue for me. Like, I can see the benefit, dates and things like that. It's certainly a benefit.
Yeah, it must be a game changer for you. I think.
Oh mate,
There's
takes me
certainly-
up a few points, mate.
There's certainly a benefit for it there. I can see that. But do you know where I'm glad my life wasn't about that then? Like raves and raves,
Student
day fest.
time.
You know,
Being a
when
student.
if I was in Lovebox Festival or like We Are Festival, I'd hate
That's
that.
the word.
Being a
That's our
student would be
demographic.
I'm glad I didn't have my, and I'm
Yeah.
glad there were
Yeah.
mobile phones.
Yeah, when I went to Eastern Electrics, I was unemployed, which was great.
Because the pictures I have of me smashed on holidays and stuff like that
not right.
are on a digital camera that someone's brought with them.
Yeah.
Like,
Physical media,
none-
mate.
yeah.
Everything's in the cloud these days.
Yeah.
I remember once though, some kid like just started crying when he met me, which was weird
But like,
because he was so happy to meet
or
me.
sad.
Happy.
Yeah, he
All
might be
sad, though.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
might hate
It
you.
might have been that.
No, but his dad was stood there like
He
"Who
might
is
have been
this
like
guy?"
really
He might have been
upset.
And he was
intimidated.
just crying.
He might have
It was weird.
disliked you.
And then another one was in America. This kid had just brought a brand new United shirt. I could tell it with brand bag and that. And then he asked me to sign it, and I was like, "You don't want me to sign this because why do you want me to sign it?"
You do.
You don't.
Yeah.
I'm not
And he was
ruining you,
like,
mate.
No, he's like, no, I do. And I was like, no, you don't.
I'm not ruining this for you.
Yeah.
Taking
No,
value
what
off.
would
Have you got a
Yeah.
good signature that's like kind
I've
of?
got a good thing. I put a little smiley face in it and that
Okay.
as well, which is quite nice.
Mine's just like a line. It's
No, but
rubbish.
you're
we were doing
your
the
writing
Sky
is
thing today,
illegible.
weren't we?
Yeah,
And we
your
were
writing is
writing on the
illegible.
thing, yeah.
No,
Rory had fame as well when it was going to do club nights, isn't it?
Yeah, they were
Being a face
fantastic.
in a club
They were
night.
hilarious.
Yeah,
They were
that's-
hilarious. I
that's
did quite a
amazing.
lot of those.
Yeah.
PAs in like they'd open a new nightclub in, and you'd go up
Did you
there.
have ever
Yeah,
meet
it was
at
good.
like one of those things like a Doctor Who or a EastEnders Ultra, like the ones that are just
Yeah, mate.
always there outside?
Do you know what?
following
do you
people
know what
around and-
incredible? Do you know what an incredible earner is for a lot of people? Star Wars, they do conventions, and I went to a Doctor Who convention for a lot of money. Like, you get paid a lot. It's great. Like, when I say a lot, I mean, like, you'll get $3,000.
Yeah.
Like, just
That's a lot
you've
of
got to be, like, in one lump. And basically, they're called Whovians. They're people who, like, love Doctor Who. They'll come along and they'll have, like, fake Dalek and stuff. Yeah. And they come to the conventions, like, in dress up.
You must. I can imagine you being there. I just be like
what
weirded
the
out by it.
fuck am I doing here?
It's a thing.
Yusuf Al-Ragi says, what's your guys' opinion on Darwin Núñez? He scored a fantastic goal today against Brentford. Dink the
Outrageous.
goalkeeper. He's 24
Outrageous.
goals and assists in all competitions with 16 in the Premier League. Not too bad, huh? I feel like...
You know, after that intro, I'm going to completely go, I still don't think the man.
I've got to say, I got a lot of stick when I said, I think Arsenal will beat our goals recently, but I said I'd rather him up front than Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of stick for that. I felt a bit
I don't agree with
better watching that today.
Yeah.
That thing was
finish,
so good.
Come
No,
on.
but he-
It's
but
not
he
4-0
can
when he does
always
that.
do
It's
It's
0-0.
0-0.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
can-
35
And
minutes.
the header by Jota to
You get substituted
Jota's
to get that
injury
wrong.
today.
That was bad, yeah.
It looks
and
similar to
Alisson's injury.
Alessandro Martinez's where someone's landed on him.
But there's no...
yeah.
Alisson's injured. You've got him injured. They
Trent.
picked up a lot of bad injuries.
You know,
today.
with Darwin Núñez scoring a goal like he did today, you don't necessarily learn anything about him. You know that he's got that in his locker. You know that he's capable of doing that. We've seen him score outrageous goals. We've seen him score like back heels in Europe. We've seen him score that incredible goal at Newcastle United early this season. Like, we know that he can score those blistering goals. That isn't the question about Darwin Núñez. The question about him is completely different to, can he score a spectacular goal?
Mm.
The question is, do you trust him? Can he lead the line?
Consistently.
Can he lead the line for Liverpool? Are Liverpool capable of being the team?
What do you think of his numbers now then? So it's I think it's 13 goals, 11 assists in 37
Football figures
appearances.
for both very good, especially by January, February.
He creates one goal every 2 appearances, basically. A goal or an
You know
assist.
what it is? It's because he misses chances where you go, oh my God, how has he missed that?
He could be on 25.
But then you got to credit him for getting in those positions constantly as well.
But at some point, there has to be...
some of the chances he makes for himself. Do you know what I mean?
They're not
course,
yours
yeah,
to
yeah.
miss, though. Even if you make them yourself, they're then a really good chance, aren't they? If you bob and bundle your way through, your team are relying on you putting that away.
Yeah.
It could be the difference between winning the league and not, winning the European Cup and not. I just think that, you know when Liverpool were at their like most potent, and it was Mane, Salah, Firmino. He isn't that. I think he's a brilliant player. The lead man for Liverpool in this iteration of Liverpool. Effectively, the heir apparent to Mohamed Salah. Is he going to like take on the mantle of being the chief goal scorer for Liverpool? And I'm not convinced he's that man. And this is crucial. Is Darwin Núñez a better player today than the player that he was when he arrived, pushing 2 years ago now?
He's getting there
He's a confidence
slowly.
player, though, isn't it?
He's getting there.
I think he's got confidence now, and that's why he can try that.
That finish.
That thing.
No, but
Without confidence, he scoops
But
that wide.
scoring a goal like
Yeah,
that,
he scoops that wide.
scoring a goal like that doesn't. No, but 6 months ago he scored a dazzling goal, didn't he? You know, like we've seen him do this.
Yeah.
I don't.
Is
I don't
your
know what I'm
point
saying.
more of the like? He's a fantastic striker, but you still think
I
maybe
think Liverpool need a Haaland.
semi-final he might miss a chance.
I think Liverpool need a Haaland. I think Liverpool need, just
But
somebody.
Haalands are very few and far between. But you know what I
They
mean?
are.
Like, he's
but
almost
Darwin
an
Núñez
anomaly.
is not that. Darwin Núñez is not that. Look, Ivan Toney is more comparable to Darwin Núñez. Oh, sorry, to Erling Haaland than Núñez. You know, look, Victor Osimhen didn't have a good
Game's off, by the way.
AFCON, but he'd be their answer to it. I just think Darwin Núñez is very good at what he does, but I don't think he can be the main goal scorer. You know, the way that maybe you feel about
That's
Jesus.
not a bad thing as well, though.
Maybe you feel about Jesus. You
Yeah.
think Jesus is a good player, but not.
They
But they
need
need a
more.
Toney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Darwin Núñez is a good player, but they need an Osimhen. If
I think-
Osimhen is the one.
That's a fair summary, but then it's not a bad thing to be Liverpool's second guy. Do you know what I mean?
No,
as well. Like
it's
if
not.
he's
As long
getting
as that's
goals,
what
it's
you're
kind of
there
a good
for.
thing.
As long as that's your role. The problem is when you are a second guy, like in your opinion, Gabriel Jesus, and they're seeing you as a main guy, then it becomes problematic.
But then Salah scored today.
Salah's their
and
main
he's
guy.
the
He
main
got a
guy.
goal and
He's
assist.
world class. So they got that.
But do you think Salah's there?
Go on.
Yeah. All right, mate. He's nearly gone out for a
I
throw
know
in.
that
Sit
was-
down.
Mate,
Julian
Sit
Alvarez.
down.
that nearly went
Gone out
in.
for a throw-in, mate.
That nearly went in.
Gone out for a
It's a
throw-in.
wet pitch. It could have gone in.
So it could have gone in if it was anywhere near the target.
I'm
but the
desperate
fact
for
that
a
it's-
goal, Roars.
Mate, it's just gone
I'm
past you
desperate for a
there.
bit of action, mate.
It's just gone
Look
past.
at
I
this.
bet you are.
Look at this.
Tom Garrett's upstairs. Go see him.
Oh, God.
Oh,
And they got a wind ass in the building. Let that sink in. They got a wind ass in the building.
Right, come on, Blues. Knock it about now. Look after the ball.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been really. We had a conversation before about left back for England, and obviously Luke Shaw was injured at that point. He's injured again now, weirdly, despite coming back and playing quite well. What have you made of Chilwell? Because whenever I've seen him, he looks out of form, man.
He's not been playing very well. I maintain that he's one of our better players. I mean, when his first game
Best
back,
of
I
a
think we
bad
played.
bunch.
Yeah, when he first came back, we played Middlesbrough in the cup at home at Stamford Bridge when we battered them, and he was brilliant. But it's Middlesbrough in the cup, isn't it? They had a good result today. See, Middlesbrough beat Leicester.
Did they win in
Away.
the end? I know Vardy scored late
2-1,
on,
yeah.
didn't
Well, it doesn't matter, does it, anymore?
It
Leicester
doesn't
can
matter
drop
for
a few
Leicester,
points
but
now.
it's huge for
Oh,
Borough.
yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, of
huge
course
for
it is.
Borough. But look, I think Chilwell is
Oh, how do they get on? Them lot.
Bristol City.
Bristol
They got
City, let
beat, man.
QPR win.
QPR beat them.
Why'd you have to say that?
Why you do
Why
that?
say that out loud?
Because
you
you
looking
did
it up. I was
texted
saving
me,
you.
texted me
Why
you from
bring
looking
that into the universe? Just don't say it.
Because it happened, and you lot allowed it to happen.
They got beat by QPR. Got beat by Stoke in a week. They were struggling. Like they couldn't lose to Stoke. They did. They've then gone to Bristol City and won.
And you know, Bristol City beat Southampton, who are the best in the league in terms of form in the last 6 months, and beat them. So that's the championship for you.
That is a championship for you.
God.
But no, I think Chilwell is out of form, not playing particularly well, but is still one of our better players. He's also one of our senior players. You know, if you think about the age of Chelsea players, you've got Sterling, who's of an age, experienced. I think it's then Chilwell. Everybody else is a kid. Like everybody else beyond Chilwell is a kid.
I look at him and think he's a wing back. I think he needs 3 behind him. I think he obviously flourished in Tuchel's system. I think 4 as a left back and a back 4. I think he gets exposed way too often.
Dragged too much.
But I really like him, by the way.
I think
Could that be down to like the
potentially right.
injuries he's had and stuff as well? I know
I
you.
don't know
it
if
doesn't-
he's
it's not an excuse.
defensively astute enough.
One of his biggest
switched on.
attributes. One of his biggest attributes is actually his eye for a goal. Like he's a good goal
Gets
scorer. He's a
forward
good finisher.
really well,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
he scored big goals for us on our way to winning the European Cup. Like he's a good
Good for England.
really good.
That's what he
player.
was renowned for doing for Leicester as
Yeah,
well, wasn't
get
it?
it
Getting
forward. Yeah, he
bombing
scored.
forward.
He actually scored against Leicester in the cup final when they beat us. Like a goal that was chalked off wrongly, and that's against his former club. I think he's a very good player. I think Buvey could be onto something though. Would he be better as a 3? Probably. And I think you'd say the same about Thiago Silva now. I think Thiago Silva kind of needs to be in a 3.
But that's age, isn't it?
Thiago Silva needs to be in a 3. Yeah, the physical, age. It all comes from
Didn't
being
look good
older.
against Palace when he pulled up.
The physicality, and also
quad went.
Plays every
he's
game,
massively
doesn't he?
fallen out with. I think, do you know who Bella Silva? You know his wife Bella. She basically came out, and she's quite prominent in the Chelsea fan base, and that she like always posts. People love her. She goes in the away end singing. Honestly, she's in the away end. She's like, "It came from PSG to win the Champions League." Like she absolutely like loves it in the away end. People love her. We got beat quite badly. I mean, it could be one of many games, but fairly recently, could be Liverpool. She just came out and was like, "We need a new." Like, imagine him going home. He'd be like, "Love, what have you done?" Like you can't do that.
Of course not. Yeah.
And he's struggled. He's been dropped a bit since as well.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
to
She
me.
just came out and tweeted.
But then against Palace, he looked brittle, didn't he? Bless him. I think it might be over for him at the top level.
I don't think there is another level of well played Sterling. God, he let him watch what?
That's a foul then.
That was a foul, wasn't it?
That's a foul.
And I grabbed his waist.
Fucking hell.
Oh God, you're getting battered. This is easy. Thought you lot were good. Treble winners, my arse. Look at this.
Oh.
Here we go. Phil.
Talking about your art,
Rare.
Arsenal with a big win today.
Yeah, Arsenal have
Scoring
been
goals for fun. That's 3 of the last 5 games. I think they've scored over 5 twice, 6 once.
huge record for them today as well. It's the first time in their entire history. So Mikel Arteta making new history. First time in their entire history that they've won the first 5 games of a year.
Was it after? Okay, was this stack? So I was
Here we go.
speaking about this earlier. I didn't know whether it was 5 games in a row in the league.
No, 5
Or
games
like
in a row at the beginning,
of the year.
Start
Okay.
a year with 5
because it sounded wrong when I heard 5
No,
games
no,
in
no.
a
They
row.
would have
I
won
thought,
5 in a
Yeah,
row. Yeah, they would have won 5 on a
Surely
spin.
they've done that.
But no, it's 5 in a row at the beginning of the year to open the year with 5 consecutive victories. Do you think that's a good booking? Are we up? Let me double check. I'll just go and pon the internet.
We live
We are live.
on the same stream.
Let me double. We're live.
Same stream, lads. Hello.
Buvey is fuming.
I'm livid, lads.
Refresh. Wahey. No, we are live. We had a momentary technical difficulty. We are up and running. Great news. Okay, yeah, we're flying.
Here we go.
The game is nearly 15 minutes in. Chelsea on the attack here. Malo Gusto with the overlap, and this is where we've got to be careful. Julian Alvarez has won the ball, and Doku is on his bike. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. The score is still 0-0.
You've looked good in the first half so far. I think, like, defensively resolute. You were worried about a few goals, but here we go. Oh,
yeah. I think the fear was that you were just going to overpower us, and thankfully that hasn't happened. Well played, Caicedo. Done very well there. Okay, excellent. We are back up and running.
Apologies about that, guys. Not sure what's going on. Some gremlins in the system or one of our enemies. I reckon it's the enemies, isn't it?
It's the enemies.
They're surrounding the building.
Who have you been winding up?
Yeah, what have you caused beef with, man?
I've got no beef with anyone. I'm a
Elon Musk
pacifist.
or something?
I'm a pacifist, man.
No, you have caused trouble. You are trouble.
You've done something today.
What is that?
You trouble, just trouble. Yeah.
Taylor Swift was singing about you.
The fact you even know that. I mean, if I said
what
that,
did
you
she
call me a
sing?
melt.
I got trouble with my baby. Is that her?
Yeah. It's
That's not it.
I knew you were that one.
It's mad you know
I
that.
don't know that.
It's a banger, bro.
Do you know? I don't think I would
Taylor Swift's
recognise
got some
Taylor
bangers.
Swift. I hear about her all the time, but I don't think I have a clue who she is.
You do know who she is.
I don't think so. She could have been sat opposite me on the tube. I don't think I'd recognise her.
You were in the same stadium as her. Well, in the same city for
Kind
the
of.
Super Bowl.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Same stadium.
Same stadium.
Yeah.
Same stadium.
Same stadium. But I don't know her. I know her as much as she knows me.
How was your time in Vegas?
Yeah, I had a good time.
You
I
like
had a
it?
good time. I like
Enjoy it?
Vegas. Yeah, I do. I had a good time.
Seen you at the old
Nice.
Flamingo?
It's a handball. I went to the Flamingo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the Flamingo. Old Bugsy Siegel. I like the. I just love those like old gangster.
Yeah.
Those like old New York gangsters that
We
ended
went
up in
to
Vegas.
a dinner somewhere. I think it was called like Seagulls or something.
Is this when you're in
Yeah, when we were in Vegas.
Vegas?
And it was really good. Oh, actually, the film I watched on the way over to Mauritius.
Oh! Chelsea
Nico
have a chance
Jackson.
here. Nico Jackson has just robbed. No, you've played it in blind.
Nico Jackson just robbed Chelsea.
Hang on. Second wave. Second wave. It's all about the second
Come on,
wave.
Connor.
That's a great pass. Oh, the
What a
vision of
tackle
Conor
from Ake.
Gallagher. The vision of Conor Gallagher.
That's a great
Gosh,
pass.
I mean, De Bruyne's on the same pitch apparently.
There's a lot of people
De Bruyne
with
could
points
never.
to prove here, isn't it?
De Bruyne could never.
Let's have a look.
Oh, you're all over the place. You are all over the. Look at that clearance. Look, hit and hope.
That was poor, yeah. That little ball.
Oh,
beautiful.
stop it on the inside. If he plays that at 1 mile an hour faster, Cole Palmer
Yeah.
scores. Cole Palmer scores.
Cole Palmer scores that. Yeah.
I mean, it's almost a guarantee that Cole Palmer scores today. You know that.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
it's
not
like
saying
you've
it's
got,
not 4-1.
Raheem Sterling.
Might be 4-1.
You've got Cole
Both
Palmer,
scored in
you've got,
both scored in the other leg as well.
Yeah, you got
Yeah, I was
players with
gonna say,
things
yeah.
to prove
Yeah.
against.
Yeah.
Both scored in the other leg. Right, come on now. Come on.
That was a mad game. That wasn't it?
4-all. Best game of the season.
It was amazing
Best,
game.
best
One of the
Premier
best
League.
streams you've
Best
done as
Premier
well.
League game of the season.
Yeah. Ball's coming in.
Is it?
Yeah, it's about
When?
to come in.
Who's headed it?
I'm just explaining
Who's
what's
headed
happening
it?
to the audience at home, Rory.
Who's headed it? What's happened?
I'm waiting for the ball to come in. You guys delaying. Come on and whip it, you idiot,
Ball's
man.
coming in now.
Fucking
Go on.
Ah,
Yeah.
Second ball. Second phase. I'm all about the second phase.
No keep
We've
bottle
been
that
rubbish,
then.
man. We've been rubbish so far. No control of the game.
Win it.
Oh.
That's it. Come on, Blues. God, I thought you lot were...
Caicedo's running the
I
game.
thought you
That's how
won a
bad
tre-
we've been.
No wonder we smashed you up in Portugal. No wonder. Look at this. You're meant to be treble winners. You can't get the ball off us. We're Olaying. Look, Olay every pass. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Mate, 40-yard passes.
Yeah. You still need to score, though, don't you?
No,
That's a big
we
one.
don't. Very happy with the draw.
What's happening
Look. Mate, when was the last time Man City touched the ball? I can't remember.
You've looked
Yeah,
good so
check-
far, Rory.
Oh, mate.
Is this at Stamford Bridge rule?
I don't... Mate, is it Man City or is this a cup
Oh.
game against Notts County?
Yeah, it's not Notts County actually a bigger club. Interesting.
Original. certainly more original. Right. Oh,
I love the stat
oi.
about Notts County, which is they gave their shirts
Juventus.
to Buvey. Like there's
Juventus,
always
yeah.
remember in the trivia books when you was
Yeah.
a kid, that would
Yeah,
always
yeah,
be in
Juventus.
there.
My favourite one. Do you know I've got this like
Rory's beard
ambition.
is the Gremlin, by the way. Soup chat, got to read it out.
Could well be. It will be gone on Tuesday. Make the most of
You
it.
said that last week.
No, it will be gone
Me
on
and
Tuesday.
Rory are gonna.
It will be gone on Tuesday.
Why-
find a
why are you
barber in,
shaving?
France.
Why?
Don't like it.
Well, I need a haircut. My barber's gone on holiday.
And I'm
Parisian barber, though, man. You got to be careful.
I know. I
These
got
guys are
yeah.
Oh
temperamental.
no! Come on, Raheem. That is annoying. No, do you know those like little football parables though? Notts County and Juventus.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you know what my favourite one is? And I don't think people like know it. I'd like the Notts County one. I think people know, but there's an amazing story. And I've got this like little fantasy of my YouTube channel of like doing a doc on it or something. It's such a good story. There's a team up in the northeast of England, right? And it's called West Auckland. They've won the European Cup. Like they genuinely have won the European Cup. They beat Juventus twice. And it's something to do with their initials are West Auckland, WA. You know when Arsenal were Woolwich Arsenal? Arsenal had won the league in England. Arsenal were the champions and therefore meant to represent England. Back in the day when it all was done via post and that, they saw the WA and they found this tiny little team in a village in the northeast of England. WA invited them to the European Cup, not knowing that it was actually meant to be Arsenal. Mm-hmm. And this little tiny team, little village, beat Juve to win the European Cup. So when you go to this village of Auckland up in the northeast, there's like a picture of a statue of a European Cup on the green.
Arsenal have still never won.
And Arsenal have never, and as a result, Arsenal have never won it.
Yeah. It is mad when you look at some of the teams like when Liverpool that were winning it back in the day, they were playing like TPS from Finland. And
Yeah.
And they were smoking 20 bags a day.
Games, the lot less games.
You played 5 games?
A lot less games. I mean, at one point, it would have been even less.
Yeah.
You know, at one point.
I do think the European, like the Champions League now, let's call it what it is, should be just the champions. Obviously, you'd have a lot less teams and fourth and all that.
I'll tell you the other thing. Like, and I don't know if this is we meant to say this, but the Champions League at certain points in the group, it's an half boring. It's an half
rubbish. It's rubbish. I think it's rubbish.
Group stage.
It's rubbish.
At points in the group stage, it's really boring.
I get what you mean.
I'd say
is that not the case?
The second game of the group,
most tournaments.
the second, third game of the group, really dull. No, I get it. You have to build up to this round. What's Bayern Munich's shock against Lazio maybe? But I think we're all pretty sure that Bayern will ultimately go through. You know, they'll win 4-0 at home or something.
Well, very Spursy at the moment.
Yeah. Tuchel finding it a lot harder to win a European Cup when there's fans in stadiums.
It's Harry Kane.
Yeah,
Well,
Harry Kane.
You see that clip that I retweeted where he was spraying balls around? He missed 2 passes in a row.
Shit.
Have you? Yeah. No. Harry Kane spraying balls around. He misplaced 2 big passes on the counter attack. It's like, mate. And then a German fan got millions of retweets saying, "We want our striker to play up front."
I was just about to say that. Chelsea
We're about to score here. You've got to get it over. He's got to
score.
score.
It's Nico Jackson. It's Miss Jackson.
Do you know the crazy thing there?
He's rubbish, man.
I knew he wasn't going to. Do you know there was an amazing epiphany?
The keeper's done very well.
He was never going to score.
Because the keeper's closed this.
But before it even got to him, you know when Malo Gusto had the ball, what you should be doing as a fan is going, square it.
Jeremy.
I'm kind of thinking,
Jeremy,
go on his
Jeremy, go on.
De Bruyne
Don't foul him. Don't foul him.
That's not gone out.
That's terrible from Jackson, isn't it? What a shame.
First time you should take that, shouldn't he? Was he trying to touch
What
it?
a shame. He
tries to touch it or something. I was like, mate, just hit the ball hard.
Do you know the crazy thing? I thought Malo Gusto as right back should have tried to go alone.
I thought he also he took a step and kind of lost the ball.
He did the right thing, didn't he?
His touch isn't there.
You want
He's
him
been
to
very
give it
good
to
though,
Jackson,
Gusto, isn't it?
I like Gusto.
Gusto's been
Getting
okay.
forward,
Yeah. He's been okay.
Go on.
He has. It means that we're not so desperate for Reece James. I mean, he can make an error, give away a needless foul or penalty or whatever. Look how easy this is to get through, by the way. Look how easy this is. Look at that. Just chip through Chelsea.
Side roarers.
If that was played first time, actually.
Bang. Hit that
Oh,
there.
no.
Was it behind him, maybe?
No, it wasn't.
We've got
There's
a
nothing
comment.
wrong with the pass.
I'm being generous, yeah. Mate,
That says
he's got lead in his boots.
that West Auckland story is a proven myth.
Go on.
But I've seen the statue, so
Oh,
it's
have you?
definitely not a myth. Yeah, it's definitely not a myth because I've seen the statue in the. My wife's from the northeast, and I actually went there. Like I drove out there. There in the middle of this green. There is a complete fabrication because I've seen it.
Okay. Seen it.
I've seen it.
Yeah, there's some people that are not having it. Some people
No,
say
but I've
have
seen
it.
it. Hang on a second. I'm going to have to do some research. I've seen the statue.
Also, I think while the Gremlins are after us, taking down our stream, that was when we spoke about Arsenal and we all were lavishing huge praise on them.
Yeah.
So now
we were.
that nobody saw that, we can just cuss them now, right?
Yeah,
Go back to our
yeah.
usual trolling south and pretend that didn't happen. Or shall we praise Arsenal? Big winners
hard,
today.
man. It's hard.
Lots of goals for them. In the last 5 games, have scored 5 goals twice, once as well. Their biggest away win in the Premier League last week against West Ham. Although West Ham were atrocious, but Arsenal putting everyone to the sword at the minute, scoring lots of goals. There's been times when we've criticised their forward line, but they're getting loads of goals.
It started off
and
slow,
they're getting
didn't
goals
it?
from everywhere as well.
Yeah, it started off slow, their front three, and now it's clicking into gear. And
Who, Arsenal?
yeah, and Saka is a massive part of that. And I think Saka's got an unbelievable ability when he cuts in on his left foot. It's huge as well. Yeah. Maybe just leave it on white. There's all 3 of us, isn't there? Fucking hell, man. But yeah,
I just started moving my mouth.
Saka scoring on his right foot, I think, definitely get a lot more goals when he doesn't cut in on his left foot and he takes it down the byline.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. And it's interesting to see that, you mentioned the stat as well. Them scoring goals from set pieces, being the team in the Premier League with the most goals from set pieces. We'll go back to this.
More importantly, it isn't a myth. Look, a statue to celebrate a County Durham football club winning the Lipton Trophy has been unveiled. West Auckland Town AFC won the trophy, later dubbed the first World Cup in Turin 1909, off the back of that thing. It's not a lie.
I've heard it more up me.
Oh, no.
City on the attack.
Who's
Is
this?
that Alvarez?
It's Alvarez.
Oh,
Go on then, bit of quality.
Passed
Bit of
into
quality.
Haaland's feet.
Oh, it's unnecessary back heels, mate. You're not that
Oh, it was
guy.
De Bruyne, not Alvarez.
You're not that guy, Erling.
Is that De Bruyne?
You are not that
Can't tell
guy.
with the haircut.
But no, you are right. Sorry to detract, but I was called a liar and I had to preserve my good name. They are brilliant, Arsenal. And I was maintaining, it's one of the few things that I have said about Arsenal and been sort of proved right. I didn't think they needed a goal scorer. I felt like there was enough goals in the team. You know, when we were saying, when there was a lot of conversation, they have to sign Tony. I was like, they don't need a goal scorer. They have plenty of goals. The reason they didn't win the league last year was nothing to do with scoring goals. It was being a bit leaky at the back. It was missing good chances. It was...
Erling Haaland here, we'll go back to Arsenal in a second, calling for a penalty. He seemed to be getting...
Never.
A little bit of 6 of one and half a dozen of the other with Chilwell on the back post, but he seemed quite adamant. It'll be interesting to see if that's.
We've got to be careful there to make sure that Chilwell isn't isolated with Haaland, because there's only one winner of that. Go on, Gallagher, look at him go. That's not a foul,
That's
surely.
What are they checking now?
They're checking whether you've won
This
a
is what they're
penalty,
checking.
but they can't. That can't.
Oh,
That's not a penalty.
50-50. It's probably a foul on Chilwell, if anything.
It does look very much.
I'm
50-50.
surprised.
You
I'm
just
surprised.
worried.
I'm surprised that you both went that way. Maybe I'm seeing it.
No, I felt like it was.
I feel like Chilwell's not making any attempt to play the ball, and therefore I can see why
Is
Haaland would
Haaland
be
making an
annoyed.
attempt though?
I think Haaland's trying to run around the back, isn't he? And he's being stopped. Like, he can't run through a man if a man's stopping him. But I've seen it.
Not enough for a pen though.
No, thankfully.
Especially if the
But
ref hasn't
he's
given
got to
that.
be careful there. Like, Chilwell needs to be more astute, because in the modern game, you can easily be penalised for that.
You know what annoys me? We got one given against us against City.
Watch De
That wasn't
Bruyne
a
over
pen.
here. We've got to be careful. De Bruyne did one of these. You know, these. He played a pass like this very recently, and Julian Alvarez scored. We've got to watch this free kick. Oh, good.
What a ball that is. What a ball that is. Oh.
Yeah, that was perfection.
They read it out. Sorry, Buvey.
Jackson, you pillock.
Oh.
What's he doing? He's like bobbling around. It's like a dog with a balloon. It's just sort of bouncing around it.
Here he is again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, fuck me.
It says Pep Guardiola has ruined football. This is a super chat, by the way.
Yeah.
No, it's not just me ranting.
No.
No individual brilliance, just all systems like a team of robots. I don't even watch City.
I don't miss you, mate. I don't miss you. I don't care.
But to explore the point.
Chat?
To
It's so
explore the point,
weird,
though.
lads. It is.
I don't think it's
Did
Pep's
I
fault.
watch Ferguson
I don't
win
think it's
every
Pep's
title
fault.
ever when I was a kid?
But mate,
I don't think it's Pep's fault, but do you find that
Weird
because of
chat.
the maybe
When Gary Neville said it as well. Weird, man.
every team kind of plays this over tactical that if you're out of line with the manager's tactics, you're not playing. So there's less room for Mavericks, right?
Yeah, that's a debate we can definitely have.
I think
Of
that's
course.
the debate. We'll take the serious debate rather than
It's like you
blame it
saying,
on
I don't
Pep.
watch TV series, you don't read books, or I don't watch movies. I don't care what you don't watch. I don't care. You know, who cares what Gary Neville watches? Ultimately, he's a football fan.
but
He should be looking at a side that are achieving some of the highest standards ever seen in English football.
Account? Big
No, but
Dog?
Gary Neville came out this week and criticised Guardiola, said he didn't watch Guardiola games or whatever. So
the point, without making it kind of personal, does this bloke watch City anymore, and are you bothered about that? Without making it that, you as a purist of football must be slightly put out by the lack of understanding or cultivation of Mavericks in the game.
It's hard when my club's the one at the forefront of doing that. It's hard
No,
for me
but
to.
I don't think it is fair to say that. It's not just Manchester City though, because one of the best teams I've ever seen is the Spain team that won the World Cup. Also, one of the most boring World Cup winners I've ever watched.
Of course, yeah.
And I think both of those can be true.
Yeah.
They're one of the best teams ever. They kept the ball so well. They manipulated teams. They passed people to death. All those kind of things, right?
No.
But I also didn't find it very entertaining because they scored 7 goals in that tournament, 8 goals in that tournament, and it wasn't.
But what Guardiola has done is slightly different to that Spain team. What Guardiola has done is take a player, for example, Jack Grealish, or for example, Jeremy Doku, players whose natural suggestion when they pick up the ball is to attack and to maybe go on the outside and to drive at the heart of the defence, and they've made it boring. I saw a very funny clip. There's the famous one is a geezer filming on his phone, and it's Sterling playing for England. He's like, now go there, now go there, Sterling, and ultimately the ball runs out of play. He goes like starts swearing. I saw one recently with a fella trying to like mimic it, like right, burn him. You know you're better than him. You know you're better than him. Burn him. And Doku gets it, cuts in, plays the ball 4 or 5 yards into Bernardo Silva's feet. Gets back to him. Right, burn him this time. Right, you're going to go on the outside. Yeah. And he never does. And I do think, look, it works for City. They won a treble. You can't possibly have a pop at it from the effectiveness of it. But it is dull, and it isn't as joyful as, like, football should be about expressionism. Football is an art form. It's comparable to like Renaissance painting. You don't need to. I think it is a shame to just basically create an efficient machine at the expense of the beauty and the mavericks of the game.
This has happened. I could argue.
I don't blame.
I'm not trying to be tribal, but when I watch Man United sides, I'm not talking about the great United sides maybe of 08, 09 with Ronaldo. I'm talking about those kind of middle 2000s United sides with Van Nistelrooy, for example. Some of those sides were boring as anything. You ground out 1-0 wins, and all of them considered boring because they're at the top of the game and they keep winning. They're the most consistent sides.
It's a different way
I'm not trying to be like tribal.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
You can be
because
tribal
as a City fan, I watch City week in, week out. And there are moments where the back four are drilled into a very perfect kind of routine. But I look at individual brilliance from De Bruyne, from Foden.
What we've never seen,
Bernardo Silva.
What we've never seen in the way that we have at the moment in football, not only Guardiola, but Guardiola is the pioneer of it. We've never really seen players told to almost not express themselves. And I think that Jeremy Doku, Jack Grealish are penalised if they do. Like, I think
Raheem Sterling's in here.
We are in.
Raheem
Over him.
Sterling.
Over him. Oh!
How
has he not just lobbed him? It was set up perfectly.
It wasn't offside. Oh my
Surely
God.
we've had the best 2 chances of the game.
How was he not?
How do you not lob him? It was bouncing. It was perfect.
Jeremy Doku, express yourself. He scored then.
So you have to kind of they get the opportunity to express themselves from within the framework of the tactics, which kind of limits them.
Look at this from Sterling. Look, it bounces there over the keeper's head. The keeper's in
Who
his
was that
hands.
on the right?
I don't think you pass it, Ad. I think it just goes over the top of the keeper. That's very much my range there. I'd one bounce and over the keeper.
You got to just take a shot, gamble.
Oh, Jackson spanned there really well, but unfortunately the keepers.
This reminds me of Spurs a little bit. How Spurs always beat us. It's like that. They hit us on the counter attack over the top.
But Charles playing well at the moment.
But to go back to that fellow's super chat, I do think there is something of flair players. Like I think that is a thing in modern football.
You think that's happening more than it was in, let's say, the AC Milan side that won at Old Trafford against Juventus?
Yeah, I think it's happening more.
There was a load of boring players in that side. Not that Kaka. No, not that one. But there were loads of players that all had to play in the 90s in Italy. A lot of players were rigid and they had to stay wide left, wide right.
It's not only about Guardiola.
Yeah, that's why I tried to take it away from Guardiola, because I don't think it is.
In world football now, is there a Gaza? Is there a Ronaldinho? Is there a Wayne Rooney? Is there?
Only if you're Messi or Ronaldo do you now get that freedom. Like someone like Phil Foden, for example. Back in the day, he would have been leading a team.
So would Grealish.
Busting people. Yeah,
so
Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish was that guy at Villa. Yeah. But okay, let's use this for example. If he was at Villa now under Unai Emery, he would have to play within that system.
Yeah.
Like it's not just Pep Guardiola.
You know, I've seen it. I've seen it at Chelsea on like very rare occasions this season. But you know, if I think at Man City, you are more likely to be substituted than applauded for doing something brilliant that doesn't work. But then so you see Jeremy Doku, when I was saying burn him and he didn't, burn him and he didn't. Say he just went, I'm going to do it, and burned him. I think the fans would give him a clap because he got to the byline and won a corner. I think his manager goes, we've spoken about this, mate. What's you doing?
He goes,
You're off.
But it's weird because Doku's been signed by Guardiola. He's been playing a lot of football, and he is being asked to take risks, which is we're having this debate, and it's almost like we're already behind Guardiola's changing system.
Are we?
Because he's already asking him to take on wingers, like in the old school. Doku's an old school winger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So Guardiola, we're sat here almost having a revisionist approach to what City have done the last 3 years. Right now, we've got a winger on who is taking people on.
Are we kind of like part of the problem as well as football fans and consumers and whoever, and maybe even people in the industry that now comment on football and all that have become part of the kind of big machine, in that we overfocus on stats a lot.
No, mate,
well.
absolutely.
Like, so when
absolutely.
Back in the day, like you'd have a player that would just steal your heart because of the way they played football and what they did. And nowadays, someone go, yeah, but he never scored 20 goals, did he?
Mate, I'm having this today on my Twitter account. I'm having this today on my Twitter account.
It's all Twitter.
I'm guilty of doing it with the likes of Eden Hazard, whereas maybe if I watched him and he was someone that played for my team, I'd feel differently about him. Do you know what I mean?
Adam, do you know what? There is a modern day approach to football, which is through the lens of academia. Like, it's seen as being maybe a science that is to be studied.
Harry Redknapp says
and you get more knowledge in these ridiculous, like, it's people that read the fucking Athletic and all that crap, right?
I love the Athletic.
Never been in an away end in their life. And they write a 6,000 word article about how a player plays, and they back up their argument by like using loads of stats, and they quantify how good a footballer is by pie charts. And you think, that isn't football. That isn't football. You've never understood the game if you are relying on a graph to tell you how good a footballer is. Because I'm having it today on my Twitter account. It's ridiculous. Buvey and I, we were on a show earlier, and we debated Sergio Aguero versus Didier Drogba.
You're both very good, by the way.
That's very kind of you, mate. Thank you. I argued for Didier Drogba. And now you could argue that Sergio Aguero is the right answer. It's not the point. What I'm saying is the point is, don't say this to me as your justification, because it doesn't bring into anything that Didier Drogba did. Didier Drogba averaged 11 goals a season for his Chelsea.
Yeah, that's shocking.
Like, that just doesn't matter, does it? Because that's that doesn't tell you the full story.
Because then stick him in a cup final.
Some of them are in a cup finals, winning. Also, how do you quantify everything else that he did? If you're only looking at numbers, how do you quantify heart? How do you quantify spirit? How do you quantify leadership?
Build up play.
How do you quantify
Lampard connection?
Exactly. And I honestly, it's very rare that I get this riled, but this modern day academic approach to football is so foolish. You know, people start like I get it a lot on YouTube. They go like, it's all done through numbers and through like, you don't know ball, that sort of thing. And you're like, I don't even know what that means, but I don't know who plays up front for Girona, but I've seen Nicolas Anelka score in an away game in Bordeaux, so I kind of know football from a different. Like, I went in Bordeaux in the away end in 2008. I kind of know that, and this kind of approach through numbers, I think it's like destroying the game, and it feeds into sort of Guardiola and managers who prioritise statistics. Frustrating, man. Because surely, you know, if you ask 100 people their favourite footballer in the world, they'll almost all say a Maverick.
Yeah.
They'll almost all say, Ronaldinho is my favourite player, Maradona is my favourite player, Johan Cruyff is my favourite player, like George Best is my favourite player.
Or they say, the streets won't forget, but then when they were here,
they weren't
they overly analyse them by numbers.
You know, at Delta Raps, if he was playing now, or Morten Gamps Pedersen, people would honestly be doing like puff pieces in crap publications about how many times they give the ball away in each game, rather than focusing on their brilliance.
Fucking prick.
Yeah, it's a modern. It really is a modern thing. But I don't know. But do you think it's more common now? Do you think more people are like? Because we're not like that.
I think Harry Redknapp said something similar about coaches these days, saying, and I disagreed with him.
What did he say?
I understood where he come from. So what he said was, most of these coaches nowadays, he went like, they're 25 years old, they haven't played football, never played football, but they're just academics of the game. So they're teaching almost football by numbers, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of think that's the reason why Harry Redknapp, obviously he's done his bit in the game and he was a very good coach, whatever. But that's maybe also why you're no longer employed in the game, because you can't keep up with these new kids.
Of course he could. He's not employed in the game because he's about 80.
No.
Of course he could.
But okay, so some of these more traditional type managers or players that want to be managers now. Maybe Harry Redknapp's the wrong, but I feel that's why some of them, because they have this arrogant outlook of what are they doing, rather than you kind of have to be with that now. You have to mix it up a little bit in it. You have to have some knowledge of, you know, coaching and the systems and all those kind of things, because otherwise you'll get left behind in the modern game.
Managers, the managers that have previously been like dressing room and all that, even those managers would still have a complete understanding of numbers. Like, numbers have always been a part of the game. Possession stats have always been a part of the game, but they haven't been the makeup of a player. Whereas now I think we define a player by how many times does he give the ball away in a game, rather than how many goals does he score or how many chances does he create. But the numbers have always been relevant.
But I just think there are some people that, if you have that arrogant outlook of what do they know, they clearly know something because it works, right? But then you can also have a middle ground where you have some of that freedom.
Yeah, but Pep Guardiola, who is the pioneer of this like modern approach, was a wicked footballer.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
Yes.
Like, first and foremost, he was a footballer, an old school, brilliant footballer.
Yeah.
Central midfielder, combative, aggressive, brilliant touch, and understood the game in its pure sense.
I still think we see that now. I still think we see that combative element to Guardiola's game when he was an actual player. We still see it in the City side. We talked about Maradona, Johan Cruyff, maybe the Berbatovs of the world. De Bruyne's in that category right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Right now,
I agree.
he's doing stuff out of this world. The ball over to Oscar Bob that won Goal of the Month award. That isn't being coached out of them.
What about? But what about? I think you're right with the De Bruyne shout, by the way. And I don't think Guardiola is the only problem
criticising De Bruyne here, though.
Or Guardiola, really. I'm not criticising. Get it to Sterling now.
Sterling.
He's got to score this one.
Sterling's got to. Oh, his first touch a bit heavy.
He's done him.
Yeah! Oh, Chelsea! It's 1-0 to Chelsea.
Always going to score Sterling today.
As a referee?
No. It's a goal. It's in.
It's a goal. We were talking about Sterling.
That's home and away. That's home and away. He scored against City now.
Booth.
Well,
mate, it's been coming, isn't it?
Shocking defence.
It's been coming.
I don't know how
we
had a lot of the ball, but we're giving the ball up quick. We're being almost too individually expressive, some would say, in terms of trying to get the. You know, we're not controlling the game, are we? And Chelsea are breaking the lines. You could have had a hat trick today.
Look at this goal. Talk me through this
goal.
Lovely goal. Look at the move there.
Great flip by Jackson.
Great
Received
flip by
it
Jackson.
back from Palmer.
Blazer 1-2. Look at this. Sterling does really well.
After
not
that,
easy, Kyle Walker, you know.
Especially after, his first touch takes it away from him.
Yeah.
I thought he
and then
bottled
to
that.
recover it and get back. That's really, really good.
The amount of times I've seen him hit that, shank that on his left foot.
He did really well.
Oh, he's done. That's prime Sterling, that.
Mate, and that's a goal. It's a Chelsea goal. It's going to be celebrated as much in North London.
But you've said that, Roy. The goal was coming.
It's been coming.
So it's clearly something the team's worked on. Poch has worked on, hitting on the counter-attack.
Hitting them on the break. I don't understand how it's been so easy to cut through this Man City defence. Like, we've got through it ease, haven't we? I'm not taking a piss.
No, of course
we have.
It's down the flank.
If you get the counter-attack right against them, though, it usually is. If you get your first two passes right,
but you know when they were at
ball
their
around the
dominant
outside,
best.
the ball around the outside is good. Our fullback today, I think it's Nathan Ake, isn't it? It's really struggling.
When they were at their dominant best, they were so stingy at the back. They were like ruthless at the back, as well as obviously the brilliance going for. Oh no, don't switch off.
Foden. It's straight into the defender. Hooked back in by Akanji. Back post. Baku. Great defending by who's number 2?
Zazie.
Axel Foley.
1-0 Chelsea. Incredible.
I'd get Doku off maybe.
It's early for that.
I'd get rid of anyone with individual expression for me and just get the 3 points.
Functioning machine.
Robotic. Arnold Schwarzenegger out here.
Terminator.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, whose touch is that?
That was De Bruyne's touch.
Gosh.
Wow.
Wouldn't expect that, would you?
Oh, jeez. This is a long old season.
Adam, can you read that? There's a super chat, but it's...
Super chat.
It's a paragraph.
It's from Siddharth. It says, question to the boys, which player from all your best teams could be signed by your current team right now who would improve your squad the most?
Any of them.
I'm going to go Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, wow.
Improved any team as well, doesn't he? He improves the team.
I'm
trying to think who we need. What position do we need? Probably Drogba.
Yeah, Drogba in this
side. Centre forward.
We're all going striker. Now, it's interesting for you to do this because is your best team
It's hard
last
to
season.
It's hard to
improve. It's hard to improve.
All right, forget. Okay, they're not playing currently for City.
Probably Vincent Kompany.
What have you made of him at Burnley?
Oh,
Haaland's missed sitter.
what's happening?
Haaland's missed sitter.
Had it gone in? Is it?
Why are you not playing?
Did it?
I thought
go
I
out
cleared
and
off the
come back
line,
in?
I think, but I felt like it might have gone in because they stopped. You know,
Why
obviously.
they stopped?
So look, who gets a touch?
Jackson.
Dizazi clears
That's
it.
a good touch from Dizazi.
Oh.
Haaland shanks it over.
Haaland's got that so wrong, hasn't
It's
he?
like he's looked down to head it and he's gone up somehow. 50.
But why did the ref stop it? Anything,
know why he
anything to
stopped
stop the
it.
game.
I don't know.
They
I mean-
love it. They love it, man. Anything
might
to
have
stop
been
the
that
game.
though?
So what?
It might
what
have been when has the ball gone out when it's gone back?
Yeah,
over?
yeah, I'm not
was that
sure.
it?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
It's coming at him quick.
It's for him though.
Very
For him.
hot,
We're talking about the best
Gotta
striker in the
hit a
world.
target, you got to hit a target.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to hit a target, mate. You got to.
So you said company.
I'll
Sorry.
say, yeah, I think Vincent Company leadership. But it's hard. How do you improve the City side? You know.
Company
We don't have a
improves
good left
most
back.
City sides because
Yeah,
it's
of course.
I thought you were going
Your
to
best
say,
centre-back
is there
ever?
a left back over the years?
That's the point. We haven't.
Over the years, even.
Gail Clichy, Kolarov.
No, can't be Kiddie.
Kolarov?
Can't be Kolarov either.
No.
Is
Clichy.
it-
I
you know,
respect Clichy.
like way back in the day.
Who's
you know how I'll
Petr?
always say like Dan Petrescu. Was there like
Sunji
was
High.
there someone else? Oh, Sunji High. Terry
High.
Phelan.
Ben Thatcher.
Terry Phelan.
Ben Thatcher.
Terry Phelan played for Ireland though. That would actually be the shout, I think.
Ben Thatcher would be a good one. Absolutely
Garida.
killing
Do you
everyone.
remember Garida?
He was the other side, I think, though. Was he? Ben Thatcher
Was
right?
Ben
back?
Thatcher right?
Yeah,
back? Why
right.
have I
I think.
Play
thought-
left or right back?
Was he? I reckon Terry Phelan would be.
You know,
the
he
one.
killed Mendes as a right back. I think it was.
Yeah, he's a right back.
That's horrible.
2 minutes to go of injury time here. 1-0 to Chelsea. Great result for Liverpool and Arsenal, unfortunately for
Oh
Liverpool.
no!
Go on.
I don't mind Arsenal. But Liverpool will be top of the league if it stays the way it is.
Liverpool top of the league.
Oh, we've got 2 games in hand, and if we don't win one of them,
Well, this is one of them, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. It's like wow.
This is
Oh,
Jezza with the super chat. Gotta read it. Says Rory, both can be true. Data is helpful for coaching and player acquisition. It's not the full story, but part of it. Football is a blend of art and science.
Yeah, I agree. What troubles me, I completely agree with that. Excellent assessment. What troubles me is when people prioritise one over the other or ignore the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has to be the way that the player makes you feel. It has to be the leadership qualities of the player. It has to be the ability of the player when you're watching them. It can't simply be the science.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we're moving towards, or at least there is one particular genre of football support that is moving towards the science only.
it's Twitter. It's Twitter. People.
It's social, isn't it?
It's Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know? I was thinking this. You know, if you weren't upon the social media, do you know your life would be so different?
Yeah.
So you know, loads of things that are like quite big issues in our lives. You know, they only exist online.
Yeah.
You know, if you weren't online, you wouldn't know that certain things are like a massive issue.
But that's because like it's a news source, isn't it?
No, it's more than.
But also
that,
it's
though.
very like for example, let's say football transfers for now,
Mm,
because it's a good one. Like sometimes you could get away with just finding out
mm.
on the day when it happens. But occasionally, if you read a newspaper or something, there'd be little
Yeah.
hints along
Little
the way.
rumours.
But nowadays, you get told about it immediately, and then it'll be nipped in the bud immediately. Like there's not even time for a newspaper to come out.
Yeah,
Like with a
it's
lot of
over
stuff.
before it's begun.
Yeah.
No, but do you know? I can give you an example. It's like a football-related one. I bumped into my stepdad, who I used to go to football with all the time. There was like we're not close anymore, but he effectively brought me up and we were in touch and whatever. And he was driving the cab. I was walking
Half-time,
down my
by the way.
mum's road. He was driving the cab. He pulled over. He'd been to Palace that 2 days before or something. We had a chat. And first time we'd spoken for a long time, and I said, how was it? He was like, it's brilliant down there. Started telling me about the Bob Marley moment and whatever else. And I said, I was so happy for Gallagher. And I went, I was so happy for Gallagher because he gets so much stick, you know. And he went, what? I went, I was really happy for Gallagher because he gets loads of stick. And he went, no. Like he goes Chelsea home and away, right? Got a season ticket. Obviously, he's not on the internet, on the Twitter. He went, what are you on about? I was like, don't worry about it. You know, like I was like, gosh, it's not even in his world. You know,
Different
this
world.
whole like football, Twitter, it don't even exist. He goes to football, everyone sings Gallagher's name.
I bet he's happier than we are on average. You know.
Everyone sings Gallagher's name. He's moaning. He's married cab driver, right? everyone sings Gallagher's name at Stamford Bridge. Everyone sings Gallagher's name in the away end at Selhurst Park, and he thinks Gallagher's our favourite player, our most liked player. So when I go to him, God, you know, he gets so much stick. Not even aware of it.
It's like when you come out of a game and you've stayed off your phone, and like in the ground you were all behind the manager,
Yeah.
and then you go like, everyone's just like,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh yeah, you'll tweet something like from the stand. Ten Hag's Red White Army or something, or
Yeah.
Mourinho's, whatever it was. And everyone's going, what the hell are you
Mate,
talking
I had
about? I'm
this.
like,
Mate,
wait, I'm just
I know.
supporting
Mate,
my
that's so
team.
funny. That's so. Do you know what? Just before, this has got to be 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, just before Christmas, like 23rd of December, we played Everton. And I went, and it finished 0-0. And I've put up a picture from like inside the ground, and I've written something like "good point, Goodison." You know, when I've eventually gone back, I'm at Liverpool Lime Street, and I've gone back on the train back on the Twitter to have a look on the train, and it had like, you know, one of those where it's all gone mad, like a million replies. Is the problem with the support accepting a point at Goodison Park? And I was like, mate, we cheered them off. We were like over the moon with that point. But online, everyone was like, this is a terrible point,
like,
terrible
I
performance.
also find, you know, because I love going to matches and that. And when I'm there, like, I use Mourinho as an example. Towards the end of Mourinho, I was like, this guy, whatever. But in the ground, I'm Mourinho's Red Army and and everything. Do you know what I mean? And it's okay to do both. Like, it's okay to go, this Anthony's shite.
But
then
for
in
the
the
90
ground,
minutes,
I'm
I love you.
Go on,
For
Anthony.
the 90
Like, you know
minutes, I
what?
love
Skin
you.
him. He's never going to skin someone. But I'm going, skin him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm behind him. Like, I want him to do something. And it's like, you can be both. I think as a football fan, you're allowed to be both.
Can you imagine?
People show us your predictions and go, hey, you said United were going to win the league. I say it every year, bro. Because if I didn't, I'd hate myself. Like, you know what I mean? I have to.
Also, do you know what? There's another thing, isn't there, where you kind of believe it. Like, even if you kind of don't believe it, you kind of believe it. Like, despite the fact that I think Liverpool will beat Chelsea in the League Cup, by the time that game comes around next Sunday, we're going to beat them. You know, like, I kind of think that it's true.
Belief,
you know, there's that wonderful time. I always thoroughly enjoy a time of year, which is around about the time the fixtures come out, early July, right, or early June. I can't think it's possible here. It's a wonderful time to be a football fan because you just dream and
Also,
whatever.
when you do your predictions, like,
Anything
I was
is
in
possible.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I was in Vegas watching United. You know how smashed I was every day.
The other thing is, as well, you know, when you're doing predictions, a lot of my predictions, not only in football but in life, they're kind of what I want to happen. Yeah. Arsenal are playing Burnley. How do you think they'll get on at Turf Moor? Vincent Kompany's doing all right.
Yeah.
You start saying, well, I can see
start
Burnley getting a
imagining the
result
world
here.
where they
I can see
lose,
Burnley getting a result here.
Yeah.
And obviously, you can't see that, but you want to see it, so you see it.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it
How's
happens.
Erling Haaland going to get on in the Premier League? Well, I don't really like City. I hope it doesn't work out. 15 goals.
That's very interesting how you got to that, mate. I'm going to be realistic about it. I think we're going to lose the game 1-0. I think
It's-
I think
it's
I
more
can't
goals.
risk it.
There's
No,
more
I think it's
goals.
over.
There's
No,
1-0 currently. And remember,
it's over.
on Super 6, the top 5 predictions were
all
all
City victories.
City.
But a lot of them had a Chelsea goal.
Goal. I've got Chelsea
You
goal
did
in
say
a
it.
4-1 win
You'll
for
score a goal.
We were always going to score.
While we're talking about Super 6, remember, guys, every single round on Super 6, you get the opportunity to win £250,000 for absolute to play. We've also got a club league, the code's Club 23. That's still going on. I'm still fighting for that title. But if you do win the title in the club league, you will be playing for the Club FC at the end of the season, pitch side,
huge.
in a professional stadium that has hosted Premier League football before. Doesn't currently, but it has before.
Massive historic nights.
Some great goals.
In one of the greatest cities
famous
in Europe.
moments.
One of the greatest cities in Europe.
Yeah.
And one of them in Europe as well.
What is?
It's incredible. This stadium we're potentially playing
What is?
at
Stadiums on rivers. This
on
is a great
famous
game.
river.
Nottingham.
I swear most capital cities have got rivers, haven't they?
No.
And therefore stadiums.
Capital cities. I said Nottingham.
Yeah, but or any big city's got a river in it, surely.
Is that true?
Most-
What river runs through Manchester?
I remember, don't know.
Exactly. What river runs through Sunderland?
Oh, don't know.
Oh, the Weir.
I'm not very good with rivers.
River Irwell.
I'm talking about capital cities, man.
To the world,
To
to Sicily, where we will fight for Man United FC. It's funny, isn't it? Like I love how Adam like positioned that there. You know, when we were like, he was giving us his knowledge on like rivers. The Irwell. I know why you know that song, mate. I know exactly why you know that song.
Yeah. Listen, while Rory's exposing my takes on rivers, 52 people could still win in Super
That's
6.
a lot.
That's a lot.
That's
There's still a
crazy.
few more games to go after this one. That's why, as well. We've got the Manchester United game
Luton.
against the mighty Hatters.
You're struggling that game.
Why do you always have to be a Debbie Downer? We've won a few
Yeah, but
games.
Luton are good.
Yeah, we've won a few
Side.
games.
Ross Barkley's going to the Euros.
Do you think he'd be
I
your
hope so.
answer for that? Seriously, you know that third position. Are you being serious?
It's a bit of
Is
banter in it.
Is it? Okay.
He won't be able to because of the
Surely
manager
he
we've
should
got.
be in with
If he was a purist,
I
if he was a
think the
purist
manager is the kind of manager that would like a Ross Barkley.
if he'd managed him, I think if Roy Hodgson was the England manager now, he'd take Ross Barkley because he had him in I think it was in the Euros, wasn't it, in 2016?
Yeah.
But he's never going to take him. He hasn't got the mentality to take players on the fringes of football
think?
society.
Who do you?
No, he don't. He
Such a
don't.
deep statement.
No, he doesn't. No, but I hate this guy. You don't understand. I've lived with this guy now. What year are we in now?
Hate is a strong word.
Okay, I
as my mum
strongly
would say.
dislike,
2024.
and we've had him as manager since 2018. The day
No,
we lost, we were
Just so I can wind you up, he's England's most successful manager
He's
since
not.
the World Cup winner.
second. I use that as well, and it's still not enough for this for
It's the
England.
proper players, isn't it? You can't really compare what he's got at his disposal. Like he's probably we probably have a situation where Gareth Southgate won't start Phil Foden, and it might not be wrong. I remember like going to Kiev, and we were like arguing: is it Welbeck or Carroll?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like different.
Phil Jagielka at the back.
Yeah, it's different.
Come on.
Yeah. Do you remember that goal he scored at Anfield?
It was like his one
Pinged
goal,
it.
wasn't it? Or something?
Pinged it.
He's still
Yeah.
playing, I think. He's in the
Sheffield-
championship. He-
Sheffield?
No, he was at
Sheffield United?
no, he was somewhere else.
He went to Sheffield United for a bit, I think.
Yeah, Sheffield United in the championship last season,
Yeah.
and then he left.
Yeah.
I think he's playing somewhere else, but yeah.
Yeah. There was a player who was never very good.
Who? Jagielka.
Yeah.
This is your issue, Royce, yeah? Because you're
Never good.
Never.
That's
No, he was
harsh,
good.
man.
Everton were good team then.
Who
It
was like? I was
fourth,
saying this
fifth.
about someone on the
Tim
club
Cahill
debate.
and them boys.
But yeah, who was his partner? Sylvain Distin.
Sylvain
But you have such
There's
a wide
another
array
not
of
very
football knowledge, Roy. You have such a
don't know, I
wide
don't-
appreciation of football.
I think
and you
that's
have such
unfair, man.
disdain for these middle ground footballers. Like
He wasn't
Phil
middle ground
Jagielka-
constantly though. He was
he
sometimes
played
fourth,
for
fifth.
an Everton side in and out of Europe for 10 years. He was there for
Mainly
like 10
out
years.
of Europe, but yeah.
Yeah, when you
in
say
and out.
in and out, they qualified and then they didn't make it.
He was
didn't
on the
they?
precipice of Europe consistently for 10 years, basically.
Yeah.
Phil Jagielka was a good footballer.
No, he was a good.
For what he was
I
good
agreed
centre.
there.
Yeah. He should have never ever been playing for England.
Talking about
But
footballing
that's a
myths.
comment on the fact we didn't have a John Terry
Talking
to
about
replace him.
footballing myths. Remember the myth of Moyes telling Rio and Vidic, "What would Jagielka do?"
Yeah, was that not true?
I don't think that's true. No, Rio kind of said that was.
Wouldn't surprise me. But.
Mate, I saw Rio and Stephen Housen
With Jose
interviewing
Mourinho?
Mourinho.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
There's a clip of
seen
Mourinho
it?
rubbing
Saw that,
Steve's
yeah.
belly.
I
Yeah.
saw that.
I like that.
Oh, do you know?
I love Mourinho.
I saw
Although
that.
I fell out with Mourinho when he was at United, not personally, like just as a Man United manager. He's the manager I'd love to play for. Because
Okay,
you know, like when he
you
goes,
believe
"You'll
in yourself."
shit you," and
He-
you go, "I'll go. Yeah, I'll show you tomorrow." I'd
Mourinho,
show him.
Mourinho's one of the very
I'm
few
shit.
people in football. Like you know, when people go, certain people maybe transcend football, like transcend clubs or whatever.
yeah.
Like Mourinho's one of the very few people. Messi is probably this. Ronaldo is probably this. David Beckham is probably this. But Mourinho is bigger than football, isn't he? Like he's bigger than
And more,
like
more so. The reason I say more so than Messi and Ronaldo's is based purely of how good they are.
yeah,
Messi's and Ronaldo's is because they're the greatest. Right?
yeah.
Like Mourinho, I think the people that wouldn't like my mum will know who Mourinho is,
Mm.
and she probably doesn't even realize he managed Man United.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. He's one of the most
after Fergie,
recognisable.
she's probably like, don't know what's going on. But like,
No, he's amazing. Honestly, when I saw Stephen Housen sitting there with Rio Ferdinand and Jose Mourinho, it's like, wow, that's like Steve's got to be over. Like that's got to be one of
that's
those pictures,
unreal.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
amazing.
It's unreal.
Like Rio, the captain of Manchester United's best
Lifted.
defender in the Premier League era,
I think he is. Yeah.
and Jose Mourinho. Yeah, Steve got to be over the moon with that.
Yeah, no, he's done well for himself, man.
I can't
Shout out
believe
Steve,
it.
shout
I
out
honestly
them
couldn't
lot.
believe that. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
really amazing.
I would like to interview Mourinho.
I'd love to meet Mourinho, but I'd shrink.
That's
He means too much. He means too much. I'd shrink.
I like to. I've done
Even
interviews,
smaller.
yeah. And I always try and ask the questions that you kind of don't like. I remember meeting Raval and kind of just going, you know, people think you're a dickhead, like you're not, like, and kind of just trying to get it, like, because I'm fans of these people, but you kind of, because you're a fan, you can ask those questions, isn't it?
Mm.
You know, we can
Yeah.
get away with asking them because you do like them and your heart's in the right place.
Yeah, if I were to ever meet Mourinho, like, I've never got near him. I've never been in a room or anything. But Mourinho would be like you talk about David Beckham being your dream interview, don't you? Beckham would be up there for me, obviously, icon.
Did you hear what
But
happened when I-
Mourinho, man, gone.
I won't say who it was with. You know who it was with. But I got offered like an interview like with
Beckham?
one of my not Beckham. I'd have flew back for Beckham, but one of my heroes, and I had to say no because it was like the day after, and I was not there.
Aye.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah. That is.
I was so gutted.
That is.
I couldn't stop thinking about it all day.
That is a heartbreaker.
You know, I was like in paradise, just sat there.
Wishing that you
Thinking
were on
of
the
this
M6.
old footballer.
Wishing I was on the M6. Yeah, this beach is beautiful, and I love you loads, by the way. But I wish I was on the M6 now in the rain.
Like, damn. Right.
Yeah,
It's just.
yeah, it will come back around.
I love him.
It will come. It will come.
Well,
it
I'm
will
gonna
come
get
back
him.
around.
I'm gonna get him. Look at that.
It just doesn't. Mate, you've got to do.
You know what that's like? You know in Jurassic Park when they're in the room.
Yeah, the
and
Velociraptor.
They keep seeing the shadow of the Velociraptor.
So you've seen that film about fake dinosaurs?
I was a child when it
and you
came
loved
out,
that.
mate.
Okay, fair enough.
I was a child.
I'm just
Because
asking.
someone did comment on your beard and they said next you'll be playing computer games
Never.
and stuff like that because you said you wouldn't grow a beard.
No,
right?
but the beard
Oh.
is going. Pretend it's not here because by Tuesday it's gone. A Parisian called Ratatouille is going to get rid of it for me.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah,
Are you going to the same place?
The
we're gonna go.
Rats.
But you're
find a
having your
barber.
beard off.
Not my beard.
Well, your hair. Oh yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Oh,
another.
is
There's
it
another. Look, we've
possible
got
a
crime and
rat
punishment on the bottom of the
called-
screen here. It's some big.
It's not their fault though, Boo.
No, thank you for the super chat.
You could get it up on your phone if you want.
I just wish I could read it.
It's
can.
Rohit, and
It
he
says-
says,
City are missing silver.
"Go on,
Best at bringing. Go on, Adam.
best at bringing the game under control, better than De Bruyne, underrated by City fans because he wants to leave every summer."
Thank you, Rohit. Rohit, I agree. Not necessarily with everything you've said, but I do agree that Bernardo Silva is weirdly underrated. I think he is one of the best players to have ever played in the Premier League, and I don't understand why people don't talk about him. I think he's worthy of a Ballon d'Or. That's how much I think Bernardo
His
Silva
issue,
has
we
to
talked
be,
about this earlier. His issue is that he plays right, he plays in midfield, he plays deep, he can play anywhere across.
Foden as well, a bit.
It reminds me of Wayne Rooney at Man United a little bit in terms of Rooney doesn't get credit for being an amazing striker because sometimes he has to play left or right as a midfielder, and you discredit him for that, and that's not fair.
It is out of order when that happens because generally speaking, the best player will be the player that has to make way and play out of position. So when Paul Scholes was playing out of position, it was because he was so good. When Steven Gerrard ended up playing at fullback during the Champions League final, didn't he? Because he was because he was so good there. You know, when players are asked to play out of position, it's because of their brilliance, not because they're not so good. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not.
I think
because
it affects. I think football people in football media and the narrative around football would much rather have Bernardo Silva be a CAM and an attacking midfielder for 10 years straight.
Yeah.
Then we can define him as a playmaker versus Frank Lampard as a playmaker versus whoever. And it's like
I think if Bernardo Silva though were given the reins and given the instruction by Guardiola to play in a position that allowed him to score an assist 15. I think he has the ability to do that. I think he's a 15 goal a season Premier League player. He just doesn't play that role. I honestly think he's so good.
he was at left back
He's
one point for
everything.
us. He was
He's
at left back.
everything that I want from a player.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know what his flaw is. What's he not good at? Like
You'd only argue the height and the physicality, and then he pops up with a huge shirt. Yeah, but you know. Yeah, but we're
Whoa.
No, you're
You'd argue the height. What the hell? That's unbelievably proprovocative.
But
what's he not good at? The height?
no, but it's something he can't control, can he? You know, being a little bit diminutive in
Well, yeah.
stature.
He makes up for it with
Makes
his
up
fight
for it.
and his.
Yeah, but you
fight.
would argue in the modern game, you know,
No, but
we're
he's
going
t- he's-
But
towards.
for a
he's
City, that's
tenacious
less
in attack.
important.
No, I'm
right?
not. I don't discredit him for being short. I think he's amazing.
Look, he's doing it again. We're
But for
I'm
City,
feeling
that's
a little
less
bip under
important.
attack here.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you're being.
I've
very
never
aggressive.
slagged you off for being short.
Yeah, you have.
You're
You called me
slagging
short
yourself
ass.
off for
You
being.
called me
When did I
short
call you short ass?
off camera.
Off camera.
You said hi, short ass.
Bellman
second half.
You're getting loads of super chats
says,
today. You're on good form.
Did you guys know Chelsea 04-05 is the youngest team to have won the Premier League, and people say Jose can't manage young players?
I didn't know the facts, but I do think it's true that people often give Mourinho a little bit of stick for not being able to cultivate young players, which
I think
isn't true.
I don't think that's true completely, because obviously there's a lot of very good young players that he gave opportunities to, and he did, like Rafael Varane being one. But I think because of the way he is in that, first impressions are very much a lasting impression with him. It's very difficult for a young player that needs time to make it under him.
Yeah.
You know, like, also he's a manager that's brought in. Maybe it's because of how we view him, and maybe because the pressures of clubs put on him, but we view him as a manager that's just going to win trophies. So therefore he probably feels,
Yeah,
I
it's not
can't
about
give this kid
nurturing.
time.
It's not about nurturing.
So
yeah.
it's kind of like a catch-22 situation.
Best example in his last job, Tammy Abraham. He took Tammy Abraham from a decent Premier League striker with Chelsea, obviously Championship just before that for 3 years. I think it was 3 years.
Yeah, Villa, yeah.
And then at his highest level, he's in European competitions and he's improved massively.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think he's had a few injuries this season or he's fallen off a little bit. But the most recent example, Tammy Abraham, and a young English striker cultivated by Mourinho, in my opinion.
I agree. I think it's always a little bit of a myth that Mourinho can't cultivate. It might not be his forte, but Ian Arthur's has created
He'd rather win.
a lot of
He'd rather win.
Yeah, but a lot of young players have improved playing, being associated with Jose
Cole.
Mourinho.
Someone like his example,
Yeah.
in the Damien Duff was young.
Yeah.
Well, Joe
You know?
Cole, again, a maverick
Terry.
player that had to kind of...
Exactly. So
No,
it's
but it's different. It's different. Joe Cole was doing his natural thing for Mourinho. Like Joe Cole wasn't startled the way that Jack Grealish has been
No,
startled.
no. I agree with that. I agree with that. But he was a player, and again, this isn't because of Mourinho. I think English football just never had a space for him, really, at that time.
Yeah, I think
We never really played with many number 10s.
the problem
he
with
kind of
him-
got misprofiled as a winger. He's not a winger.
He's not a winger, but the problem with Joe Cole was, like, I remember sort of thinking, if he was fast, he'd be the best player in the world.
I used to think
but
that about Juan Mata.
Just
Juan
couldn't.
Mata had pace. Jesus Christ.
He just couldn't.
Latte
The problem with Cole was he'd beat you. He'd skin you. In fact, but a player like Cole Walker now, obviously, they would have the recovery on him. He'd skip past them, but they'd recover. So he could never quite play as a winger.
Big opportunity here for Kevin De Bruyne. Caicedo just brought down. Was it Rodri he brought down?
Yeah, and is he getting booked for that or what?
No, he's already booked Caicedo.
Mate, why are you such a little grass?
Yeah.
Because your lot are beating us and giving Arsenal a title. You happy with that?
You little grass.
You're happy
mate.
with that?
Oh, is he gonna get booked?
He's one of them, innit, Booth?
Yeah, proper little grass.
What, you were grassing the bill?
Proper little. No, I attacked a grass.
Did you?
So yeah, the
Fair.
snitch got the stitch.
From Rory.
That's right. Me and James Buckley, mate.
Come on.
The in-betweener kid.
Come on.
The in-betweener kid.
Always miles over. Keeper had that covered. God, wayward. De Bruyne. I thought he was all precise in that, De Bruyne, no?
Oh, it was a little bit over, wasn't it?
gosh.
Yeah.
Spooned it.
I thought you could have just hit that on
Hacking, innit?
target,
Spooned it.
Think we should bring on Nkunku. Nkunku?
Nkunku.
Nkunku.
No, Kunku.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't.
Nkunku.
No, you're all over the place. with your
Honestly, mate,
pronunciation,
don't do French pronunciation.
No,
okay?
you are.
Are you
it's not-
going
it's not
to
your
be
fault.
rocking about with a French accent this
Parlez-vous
week?
français? Oui, oui.
No, you're not.
Oh, no. He's not one of them. Oh, no.
Just because you can't add.
No, you can't speak French.
I can.
No, you just let the funky music do the talk.
Parlez-vous française?
No, that's. I think it's français.
That's what I said.
No, you said français.
I said it in a different tense.
No.
Oh, man.
No, you really don't speak French.
No, you don't either.
No, I do.
Okay, talk to me in French then.
Je te remercie pour ta gentille lettre que j'ai reçue il y a une semaine des jours. That means thank you for your letter that I received 2 weeks ago. I learned that at school.
That was like, what I used to say, was it à la piscine?
Yeah, in the swimming pool. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, in the swimming pool.
I'm done after that.
Yeah.
Jabba
Où
Pal
est la
Adam.
bibliothèque?
Because every time you go French, you need to go to the library.
Où est la bibliothèque?
Yeah.
Un billet? Un billet? Yeah.
We're in Paris next week. It'll be a great laugh, won't it?
Booth, the saying is war and peace, not crime and punishment. You knew what it meant, though, innit?
No, I was just talking about long literature in general. It's 1,000 pages or more. Okay, could be any book
we
you
will
want.
be. We'll be live streaming midweek from Francais.
Told you.
On Wednesday, we'll be doing that.
Will we?
Yeah,
Go on.
we will be.
That's a penalty.
It's not.
It's
He's still
These
diving.
guys are cheats, man. The guy in the orange, he's the biggest, fattest cheat going. Okay? No, he is. He's a big fat cheat. He is, man. The guy in the orange. What's his name, Royce? What's his name?
Referee.
In the comments. Yeah, no.
Wait, the
yeah,
big
what's his
cheat that
name?
I can see is Carl Walker.
That's a. Oh, well, okay, mate.
We'll be live for Porto against Arsenal on Wednesday.
Sure.
Yes.
I messaged your group.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, sorry.
It was a 50-50, but the ref's still a
and
cheat.
We'll
Little
be
ginger.
making some special content this week as well, which I can't wait for you guys to see. It's going to be amazing. He's burst a little vessel in his eye there.
That's the blood vessel.
Who?
Your man Carl Walker.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
No
Get on
foul.
with the game, you idiots.
50 minutes gone.
Absolute idiots.
You were just calling for a penalty.
Yeah. If he calls it, he calls it. If he doesn't get on with the game, it's pretty basic philosophy, isn't it? I've been having it for about 6 years about VAR. Blue cards coming up.
Gio
Jesus.
says that is a pen.
It's not a pen.
It's not a pen.
It's not a pen. No,
Minac
ridiculous.
said Walker should get a yellow.
No, it's a 50-50.
Oh, Cole,
These Twitter nerds. Everything has to be a foul, these Twitter nerds, man. Everything has to be a foul. It doesn't have
They're
to be
actually
anything.
commenting on our YouTube.
Yeah, keep commenting, please.
YouTube nerds.
Can you please donate some super chat and we can have we can get some baguettes in Paris.
Mate, we can get some wine in Paris.
Devant.
Au vin.
Oh, here we go.
No, some
Phil
wine.
Foden's
Over.
away.
No, some
Just picked up the
some
ball from
wine.
De Bruyne. Haaland! He's missed another
He
sitter.
spooned it.
He could have had a hat trick
Hey,
today.
Spooner. Arthur Spooner from King of Queens. Love that guy.
Why
You know that guy?
Why is Adam
Arthur
getting involved? You're going to get
Spooner.
smashed by Rob Edwards
Arthur
tomorrow.
Spooner,
Why are you going on? You're getting smashed by Luton now.
He's
Fuck off,
Arthur
man.
Spooner.
Fuck off, man.
Arthur Spooner, look at him.
Arthur
On his
Spooner.
left foot as well.
Carrie and Doug are watching. Mate, we're going to batter these. We're going to score another one. So easy. It's so easy at the Etihad, man.
It is a
People
bit
struggle
soft,
up here, do
isn't
they?
it? Yeah.
Do the people struggle up here? Because we
A
found
lot
it's
of sides
very
do.
easy.
Yeah.
Walk in the park, mate. We had more trouble at Sellers Park. We did. We had more trouble at Sellers Park. Treble, yeah?
There's a Haaland. It is City.
Arthur Spooner.
Why do you
That's
need
Ben
your phone?
Stiller's-
Why do you
that's
need your
Ben
phone for
Stiller's dad.
material? Why do you use
That's
your phone
Ben-
for
that's Ben
material? No,
Stiller's
don't
dad.
use your phone.
Ben Stiller's dad.
Why don't we just put
Yeah,
technology
Jerry.
away for a bit, okay?
Is Ben Stiller's dad?
It's Ben Stiller's dad.
I just thought
Has
that was the same
Declan Rice
Ah.
been the best Premier
Oh,
League
good
player?
turn, Raheem the Dream.
He's been superb
God,
today.
this is easy, man.
Go on, read that out.
Yeah, you're reading a
I
what?
was reading, and you interrupt me rudely, as per usual. Has Declan Rice been
Hi,
the...
Nico Jackson here.
Yeah, you guys are so immature for your age as well.
Oh!
That'd have been good, that. Sorry, go on, Bruce.
No,
Sorry.
At your age, not your shoe size, lads.
Yeah,
Okay?
mate, he's
My
turned
shoe
into
size
man.
is 25.
What song's that from then?
What?
You work at a radio station. What song is that from?
Work at a radio station.
What song is that
I
from?
haven't done that for a long time.
Well,
now.
I don't know. Do I? You don't. I'm not. Mate, I don't write your CV.
I'm a freelancer.
I don't write
now.
your CV.
I'm completely freelance.
You're
Hey,
not
all right. Why are
freelance.
you getting
I'm
so annoyed about being a
completely
freelancer?
Don't the club own you?
No.
At your
No,
age,
I'm-
not
I'm
your
a-
shoe size. You said it. You got to know. You got to know where it's from before you say things.
What?
You've got to citate. It's called citation.
Give me a clue.
It's called citation.
Give me a clue.
No.
Oh, don't be a melt, Roars.
No. If you don't know, don't use
Have a
it.
day off.
Solid
It's a
partner.
Saturday
No.
night.
It's Prince.
Prince.
No, look.
He thought you didn't say it out loud.
Prince. Yeah.
looked
I like
like
Prince.
Prince.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, what a legend, man.
Right, you reading or what?
I just did, and then you
Never
interrupted me
heard
again.
it, man. You got to enunciate.
Is Declan
Deliver
Rice
it.
the best player in the world? Jeremy
No, he's in the
Doberts.
Premier League this year. If
on.
not, who?
Give me the ball. Oh.
I don't. Has Declan Rice been Arsenal's best player?
No, he's not even been Arsenal's best player. I think
He's up there.
Gabriel's been Arsenal's most.
Odegaard.
I suppose
Not better
Declan
than
Rice is.
Rice
Declan
is second and he's third. Top three in Arsenal.
For Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's top five in the league this
He's,
season.
he's one of the best players in the league. Yes, he is.
Whoa,
Yes,
whoa.
he is
So
one
if
of the
he's-
best players in the league.
He's top 3 for Arsenal, but top 5 in the league.
I'd say he's top five in the league, and I'd say he's the best player for Arsenal this season. I wouldn't say Gabriel, but it's a fair shout if it is Gabriel for other people.
Thank you. I don't need your validation. It's a fair
So
shout.
who has
It is
been-
a fair shout.
who has
mate.
been the
It's
best
my
shout?
shout. And only you to tell me it's fair.
It's a fair
Who
shout.
has
Ross.
been the best player in the league?
Gabriel. No, not in the league.
In the league, Rice has been the best player in the
Foden.
league.
Foden's been the best player in the league.
Wait. So you said he wasn't Arsenal's best player,
No,
but he was top
I
3.
said if-
but now he's been the best
said
player in the
if-
league.
You're all over
Why
the
do
place,
you- why do
Buvey.
you-
What's wrong with you, brother?
Why'd you rap me in legal jargon?
That's not legal jargon,
You're
it's
going
just
round and
rap.
round
We're
and
going to
round.
score. He's going to run the length for the pitch.
You're going round and round.
Oh,
Yeah, he's lumped it like an idiot. He's lumped it like a
Nico,
Chelsea
mate,
idiot.
See another. Je m'appelle Nicolas.
Nico Jackson's stupidity just saved Buvey's stupidity. Because you can't say
You're going round
you
in
said
circles.
Declan Rice is only Arsenal's
I-
top 3.
I said
Because Gabriel's
Declan
the best
Rice is
player
the
of
best
Arsenal.
player at
Start you,
Arsenal,
boy.
and Arsenal currently the best side in the
No,
league.
you said Gabriel,
He said Gabriel.
and you said yeah, you
I
agreed.
said it's a
Buvey,
fair
just admit
shout.
you got it wrong. There's
No,
nothing wrong with getting it wrong. Just admit
Declan
you got it
Rice
wrong.
is the best player in the league this season, easily.
Buvey, just
Big
admit
goals,
you made
leadership,
a mistake, brother.
All right, hold on.
100 million quid as well. It seems like a bargain, lads. Okay,
Listen,
it seems like a bargain.
You've had a mare. Don't worry.
Why? Explain. So, go on then. What? You suddenly stop talking.
Has Mo Salah's been the
you
best
talk.
player?
Go on then.
I was letting you talk.
Cut to Rory.
Doesn't know how.
Oh, that's harsh. Sorry, Will, mate. Let's cut to a wide.
Dave.
Go on.
Go on, Palmer. Why are you saying go on to Cole Palmer for?
I don't know. I'm used to saying it.
Yeah! Yeah! Hang on, it's alive! Go on! Oh, get in there, Jackson! Oh, Ben Chilwell bottled that. We could have kept it in.
No, he didn't.
You have kept it in.
No, but he thought he was going for a corner, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're all over the shop.
Go on, Chelsea.
We're getting smashed.
Go
Ping it
on,
over,
Chilwell.
ping it over.
Go on.
Yes! Go on. Ping it. That's all right. Patience.
I don't
Rebuild.
get it. I don't get it. I've never heard so much celebration from that side of the table. It's
God, I tell you what, I've never. Oh, this has been like a walk in the park. Honestly, Selhurst Park was more difficult than this.
It was.
So, right, Roy Hodgson's team gave us way more trouble when they didn't have Elise and league at the moment.
above you.
No, where are you? And you think?
Yeah. Top three.
Do you think you can win it?
Top three.
Do you think this team is capable of winning the league? 'Cause I'm not seeing that.
Yeah.
Look, we're doing the Olays. Look, hey, look, it's so easy.
See, this is what we were
Mate.
talking about earlier. By the way, I've just seen a comment which is the perfect summary of our conversation earlier about stats and that ruining people. Someone said Saka in the same amount of games has more goals and assists than Arnold. Like, what would you even?
So he's better than Ronaldo.
What this?
Well,
in a
according-
No,
season?
that's what.
according-
So that
according
means
to season.
that means that Saka is better than R9.
Over
Do
here,
you-
yeah.
What in his Premier League career?
Ah, it's got to
Well,
go the other
R9
wing. It
never had a
has to
Premier
go
League
to
career.
Chilwell.
Huh?
R9 never had a Premier League.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant R9. Oh, right, I see. Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, like Saka and
I thought it was
R9 shouldn't be in the
Portuguese
same
Ronaldo.
sentence.
No,
is
of
what
course
I'm
not.
saying.
Of course, it's embarrassing.
Saka doing extremely well, by the way, but R9 is one of the
Well,
goals.
we talk about City being. Why are we talking about Arsenal being robotic?
Well done,
They're
Connor.
robotic.
Well done, Connor.
They're more robotic than City. In my
No,
opinion.
but I don't. We weren't criticising City. Just
No, I'm not
we-
saying
it was
you
a-
were, but loads of people have
We were
been
talking
in the
about
past.
football in general.
No, I know. But loads of people, German media hate him, Guardiola. A lot of Bayern Munich fans hate him.
Like people would judge Bergkamp now on goals and assists, and it's like,
That's
no,
crazy.
you can't do that.
Mm.
You can't
Yeah,
do that
yeah,
with
yeah.
Bergkamp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you know
Some players are
R9
above and beyond numbers.
You know when we're all dead, right?
It's not foul.
Because we've kind of lived the Ronaldo thing. R9 Ronaldo. You know his numbers. You know the way that people are very disrespectful towards Didier Drogba because of numbers. Original Ronaldo could
They'll do that. Yeah,
suffer from the similar fate.
Yeah, I won't allow that.
His numbers at PSV,
Not on my watch.
No, but we'll
his
all be
PSV
dead.
numbers were amazing, and his Barca numbers were amazing.
But
His
overall,
post injury,
basically,
bad.
basically, when you go games, he's played this amount of games and scored this amount of
it's
goals.
bad. It's not as good as it could
it's
be.
not as
Yeah,
inspiring.
Of course, yeah. But I think for PSV, it's 15-50 or
Also,
something
mate,
like that.
people will be constantly going, well, Erling Haaland did this in a season, so if you didn't do that,
Yeah.
you were crap. Love that from Conor Gallagher. Love it. That's the very definition of neck on the line.
You're kind of all over us. You're matching us
you-
physically, aren't you? Everywhere.
So where are you in the league? Are you the... Yeah, you won the treble. Baffling.
Bad news.
Got 30 minutes left, Royce. Don't speak too early. So what I'd say,
No, but-
you've been good. I'll give you your
no, but
flowers.
this has been really easy.
Why are you
for
hawking
us.
it up, bro?
It's not been
This is,
easy.
honestly, I remember Uwe Rosler giving us
Come
bigger
on.
trouble than this.
You got to win with
yeah.
grace, Royce.
No, I'm just...
I remember
This is
Sean
the
Gold
thing. You've
giving
got to
us a
start
bad
winning
time.
with grace,
Yeah.
Royce, okay? You're winning at the moment.
Ilano.
Yeah.
Remember him?
No, this was...
What are we on about now?
No, I'm just saying that. When Antoine Sibierski was leading the line for City, you were more of a threat than you've been today.
Yeah.
When we stopped you being invincible. That was nice.
Darius Vassal.
Anelka penalty.
Yeah.
Better than
Put it in the
Haaland.
trophy cabinet. Put it in the trophy cabinet. Champions that year. Did you get relegated after that?
No, come on.
Probably.
Stop it, lads.
Probably.
For God's sake.
While Rory
You're
and Buvey
rewriting
are
history.
arguing, remember, you can download the Super 6 app, link to the description below. Join our league as well, Club 23. For the
Win it.
opportunity to be in our team at the end of the season. Do you want to play at a former Premier League football ground? Go on, what's up, Booth?
Well, we're losing, Adam. For God's sake. Can you not read between the lines? Fucking hell, man.
God,
You can't
how
get
easy
a pass
this is.
between the
Look,
lines at this
I
rate.
know, mate. We're shocking. We're shocking.
It really is easy. Gosh.
Oh.
I mean, we went
I
to
don't know why it's
Liverpool. They
happening.
played us off the pitch.
But why is it happening? Why?
Can I just ask?
I think we're fatigued. We're
This
competing.
deodorant that's being advertised there, we won't say the name, they don't pay us. It's a 72-hour. Who needs 72-hour deodorant?
Not me.
If you're using deodorant for 72
I do,
hours,
because I'm in the gym all the time sweating.
you're in the gym for
What,
pure
72 hours?
Yeah, no, but that's constant. Okay?
You don't have a shower.
Each their own. Yeah, some people are training hard in the gym.
72 hours.
No, but presumably you have a shower after a gym session.
Yeah.
Or presumably not.
72 hours.
I might need it for a marathon
I'll
run
tell
I'm
you
doing.
could need it. The fella that's running across Africa.
Yeah,
Oh,
hardest
like-
geezer.
What's his name?
Hardest geezer.
Oh, is
I
that
know.
his name?
His
I was
name's
about
not
to say.
Hardest Geezer.
Well, like his-
what are the
his
chances?
name-
I was about to say
name.
Angry Ginge, but that's the.
It's like saying
football
my
guy,
name's
isn't
Buvey in real life. Obviously, it's not real life, is it? His name is Angry Ginger.
it? It is real.
Not Angry Ginger.
We are
what's his
really
name?
here. It is real life.
Why you keep doing this?
You are Buvey. You know
No,
that,
it's not.
right?
I'm not going to say my real name on here, but
What is your
Why are you not going to say your real
it
name
doesn't
for,
make a
Lawrence?
difference, does it? But
What is it? What is it? Are you incognito?
It's only your
Yeah.
Twitter.
Are you a spy or something? Why can't you give out your name?
no, the hardest geezer. That's not his real name, is it?
It might be.
But he's known as that name, was it?
What was it?
It was David James or something.
David Guetta.
What, like the keeper?
It was something like that, or David's. Oh, I don't know. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. What was Elton John's real name?
I don't know.
Reginald.
Was it? Yeah.
Reginald Dwight.
Elvis Presley had a different name. You know, stuff like that. You know.
What was Elvis Presley's name?
I don't know. What do you mean to know? What do you want? What do you want? National security.
Foden! Blocked! Haaland gets another chance, blocked in the
30 minutes
yard.
like this is not going to be good for Chelsea.
Matthew Paul with a great super chat, considering he's basically saying what Rory was saying before we went on air.
What's he said?
So it gives us a great chance to talk about it. Matthew says, super chat, gotta read it. Says, Gary O'Neill appreciation comment. Who saw Gary O'Neill doing a double over Chelsea and Spurs?
Wait, you celebrating the Gary O'Neill thing?
I'm giving a round of applause to Matthew Paul.
For what? Gary O'Neill?
There's a good Catholic boy and all. yeah.
Yeah.
Gary
His
O'Neill?
middle name is Mark Luke.
Yeah. Yeah. Matthew Paul, he knows absolutely right about Gary O'Neill. Look how easy this is. Look, Phil Foden on the ball, no
Give it
no
off to
threat.
him first time.
No threat.
You know what's mad, yeah?
Go on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chelsea players had 8 players, like 8 defenders just within like 15 yards of each other. Like, look at this. So compact, so difficult for City to find players in between the lines.
It's
And
boring.
then they have to get
It's
a shot
boring.
away
This
really
Chelsea
quickly,
side
don't
lack
they?
individual expression, in my
Did you see
opinion.
that? Did you
There's
see
no
Cole
maverick.
Palmer's individual expression there?
yeah,
Look
when
at that individual expression,
Take
just
you to the shot.
nutmegging you on the halfway line, mate.
When you didn't score.
Nutmegging you on the halfway
What about
line.
not scoring?
Ooh. Mate, that's individual expression. Guardiola would have subbed him for doing that. That's why he got out of that dump. That's why he got out of there. See why Cole Palmer wanted out?
Someone
You can
said
see-
Elvis
Play for a side in the
Presley was
bottom
his
half.
real name.
Elvis Presley was his real name, you pillar.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, Elton John was Reginald Dwight.
There are some big examples of famous people with fake weird names, all right?
Yeah,
Okay?
but
Don't
Elvis
call me
Presley.
out on the
Elvis Presley is the
example
example
isn't
you
the
gave.
rule.
Elvis Presley is the example you gave. Just isn't one.
I was just thinking of famous people, Wars.
What? So just randomly famous people.
Yeah.
This guy. This isn't his real name.
Yeah.
So
There's loads of examples,
Bernardo
man.
Silva.
Yeah, because
it's not his real name.
Madonna.
Lisa Presley,
Okay,
innit?
Yeah, his daughter's name's Lisa Presley.
Madonna.
Lisa Marie.
Madonna.
Madonna is her name, you pillock.
No, it's
Madonna
not.
Ciccone is her name.
Is it?
What's wrong with you?
I've never heard that.
Her name is Madonna Ciccone.
Wow. Fair enough. Look, I'll hold my hands up then.
Mate.
Oh,
Like a
man's up.
You're
virgin,
going to have to do it for the whole show at this point.
Yeah, like a virgin.
Honestly, mate,
Yeah.
this is.
No, you've been all over the place today.
Yeah, you have been all over the place.
We need
You're
a
a bit
goal.
like Julian Alvarez.
We need
today.
a goal like a prayer, in my opinion.
You
Like,
need
like a prayer.
There you go.
Honest to God.
Oh, you're in big trouble now. You are in big trouble
What's
now.
happening, Raw?
Substitution.
Tell the people at home.
Nkunku is coming on, which is bad news for you. Really bad. Sterling standing up for Raheem. You can see why he jumped ship from that dump, can't you? You can see why he got out of there. Look at that winner. Bang.
Call it a
Lyrical
winner
blow
already.
to the jaw.
Bang.
Lyrical blow to the jaw, mate.
Thomas
Raheem, eh?
says, Rory, this keeper, or Sanchez?
This keeper. Definitely this keeper. I think Sanchez will be our keeper, though. Wrongly. But I think that when Sanchez is available, properly fit, properly ready, I feel like he will be the number one, but I don't think it's right. But we shall see.
Can I ask, Raw? Because, a few weeks ago, yeah, I think it was before the Villa win. It felt
no,
like the
not
tide
him.
was beginning to turn against Poch, like
Yeah.
really badly.
Yeah.
And then that win, which came as a shock to me.
Shock to everyone because we battered them.
Yeah,
But
like,
then Villa have gone right off the ball, haven't they?
but
But then this is amazing.
into just
Well, the thing is, we're always quite good. Even when it's been bad, we've always been quite good against big teams. Like, we've been brilliant against Man City this season already. Got a very good point, scored 4 goals. We've done very well against Arsenal. We should have beaten them at Stamford Bridge. The fact that we didn't was down to Pochettino, really.
he beat Spurs away.
Beat Tottenham away, scored 4. Like, we've been very good in those kind of games, but we've lost at home to Brentford.
Haaland! Save from the keeper. Should he have gone far post there, Haaland? I mean, I'm telling the
stretching.
best striker in the world how to
think
shoot.
he's
No,
stretching.
you're right, though.
I thought
He should have gone far post.
I think the ball was too hard. I think he was stretching.
Doku!
Oh, he should have had a shot
wide.
from there, shouldn't he?
He's
Should
got it
have
in the
had a
locker.
shot.
You know what I mean? Like, he's
Big
got-
Dog with another super chat says you'd see better goals and more individual brilliance from Haaland under a different manager. Look at his goals at Dortmund. I think it's unfair to say Dortmund because Dortmund, like a lot of the times I see Dortmund counter-attacking. They were counter-attacking with a whole half of the pitch and 2 defenders back there. And then Haaland's going to look amazing like that, isn't it? Like, you very rarely see City. Like, City today, we were just talking about Chelsea had 8 players within 15 yards of each other.
It's the German league.
It's very rarely Dortmund are playing against defences like that.
Yeah, it's the German league.
Conor Gallagher, fantastic, son.
Go
Go on, fella.
Conor Gallagher's through.
Go on, Conor
Palmer
boy.
has made it.
Early.
Found him with a fancy.
Yes.
This might be offside, but Nkuku's in the box.
Play it back to
Shot.
him. Time.
Nico Jackson.
They didn't communicate.
Greedy.
That was offside, wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was.
Who took it?
Enzo Fernandez just stole in.
You took it off Jackson.
I think he's seen Jackson shoot.
Yeah, it felt like that, didn't it? Ball over to Doku. Good touch. He's kept it in. Oh, it's a great tackle. Have you got the foul?
Did we?
Have you got what?
I think they got the foul.
So this chance here it would have been offside. It would have been offside.
Would it have been offside?
Yeah, marginally. Nkuku just went ahead of the play. But Jackson's had a go at... Oh, Enzo actually had the shot.
Yeah, Enzo took it off Jackson. Jackson's livid about that. But it doesn't surprise me. I think if you're Enzo, you're looking at it thinking we need a shot on target. But neither have been able to contribute a shot on target. I think we've still got more than enough time, Adam, mate, to get us back in the game. I think it's like one of them where they've gotten 1-0 up early and they're going to give City 30, 40 minutes of the ball to try and get back in it. That isn't a good sign for Chelsea, in my opinion. But I don't know. Maybe we should do a poll in the chat. Can Chelsea get back in the game?
Well, can City get back in the game?
Sorry, can City get back in the game? Can Chelsea hold on to a lead? Who knows?
I think there'll be 2 more goals in this game. And I think Chelsea get the next one.
Yeah, they look
I think
more
you'll
likely
end
to score than
2-1
us.
to
Yeah.
Chelsea, weirdly.
I've
I've been wrong before. We'll talk about the final when Rory's back, actually, because we could talk about the final a little bit, innit? Especially with Liverpool picking up a few injuries this week. They've got a game midweek as well.
Yeah.
Chelsea have the game off. Confidence building from performances like this at the moment. So we'll talk about that soon. Big Daz makes a good point. Liverpool and Arsenal fans must be sweating right now and really hoping Chelsea can hold on to this.
Praying. This is like a massive moment because City are going to have Champions League to think about, the FA Cup to think about. If we can't get a win past this Chelsea side at home, it's very concerning. It really is. And it's come out of nowhere. I know I've been a bit arrogant the last few weeks about City, but we've been superb. Massive win streak, wins in the FA Cup, wins in the Champions League, wins in the league, putting loads of goals past sides. Haaland comes back, De Bruyne comes back. The comeback against Newcastle a few weeks ago. But this Chelsea side, they're on the attack now. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what's happened, Adam. To be honest with you, mate.
What do you think this has been? Because
Fuck me.
how good Chelsea have been, or how bad City have been?
I think it has to be, if City lose a game of football at home, it has to be something that City have done wrong first and foremost, and then you can always bring into the equation that Chelsea have been fantastic, and they have been fantastic. But I actually couldn't tell you what's been wrong. Maybe it's the lack of control in midfield. Is De Bruyne trying too much? Doku. I think Grealish starts this game if he's fully fit. Obviously, he's injured. I don't know.
Do you think there's an over-reliance on De Bruyne to not score the goals, because I don't think there is, but to make that defence splitting pass?
But have we seen too many times where he's lost the ball this game? I can't think of any.
No, but
I think
as
you're
in,
right.
as in he's kind of, excuse me, he's kind of being looked at as the one to make that pass. So rather than
everything goes
someone
through him.
because
Sort of
Foden's very creative, you'd expect him sometimes to do it. And here we go. What was that? Was that camera?
Yeah, that was
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rory's back now. We're still 20 minutes to go in this game.
Here we go.
Well,
Go on.
21 minutes.
Oh, they're defending so well.
21 minutes.
Oh.
How you doing, Rory?
Right, come on. Yeah, really well, man. We're smashing these up.
So
Bad news for you that you lose this. Really bad.
Yeah.
Title. This is season-defining.
Huge game.
Season-defining game.
It's at that point of the season you can't be losing this to Chelsea.
No.
Really. Like
No, you can't.
you've been fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
Especially off the back of Liverpool and Arsenal winning. Like, it's almost symbolic. They've won. Over to you. You need to answer now.
Yeah.
You've been in great form as well of late, haven't you? We've won like
Huge winning streak.
10 in a row at least.
Something like that. 9 or 10.
57% of the chat think that Chelsea will hold on to this lead.
Yeah.
Well, good for them.
I can't see it. I can't see.
You asked us to do the poll,
Yeah.
and now you're ridiculing the people that have answered.
I'm not
can't see
ridiculing.
how-
It's just good for them.
I
Yeah, it's
can't
good for them
really
for
see
voting.
how we don't.
They use their democratic right to vote.
I can't really see how we don't. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to score against us. I wouldn't have thought so. I wouldn't have thought so, mate.
Even a 1-1 draw is a shocking result.
No, 1-1's not a bad result for you.
Really?
For you?
Oh, I don't know.
No, you take a point. Well, I don't want a point, but you take a point.
Come on then. Ball over the top.
Oh.
No, just clear their lines. You've been good defensively.
Yeah, I'm really sure, actually.
Who's coming on now?
Who's coming on, bro?
Chalabar.
Who's coming off? Palmer.
That's
Interesting.
Shutting up
very
shop.
negative.
Do you think that's too negative too
Yeah.
early?
Yeah, I do.
I think you should be looking for the second, if anything. That's like your gamble is to try and get the second goal and win it that way.
I am surprised. Oh, look, Cole Palmer's getting a nice reception. I am surprised here. I am surprised that we've gone this negative. It actually reminds me of what we did against Arsenal. You know, when we were 2-0 up against Arsenal, I think we took Mudryk off and the game finished 2-2. This is a Pochettino.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why we're doing this. Like, everything was fine, wasn't it?
Was Palmer looking tired?
No.
Is there not a more advanced substitution you can make that's a little bit less cautious? But Chalaba's not, he's a good player. Good defender.
Yeah, he is. But the trouble is, you need an outlet. You can't just sit back against anyone, but certainly not against Man City and just invite the pressure on.
No, yeah.
And effectively, without Cole Palmer as our outlet, he's our biggest threat for a goal. He scored 12 goals for us this season. Taking him off it's an admission to the world that we're now after a 1 goal. We're not trying to score anymore. I'm not sure that's a good strategy.
Manchester City, if the game stayed like this, let me just let that play out. If the game stayed like this, would be 5 points off Liverpool and 3 points off Arsenal with a game in hand. So even if they win that game in hand,
we've got better goal difference, but they can come to the Etihad and beat us. So for Arsenal, it has to be basically, can they be within a game's reach of City and then get a winning game on us? That's what they've got to look to do. They couldn't do it last season, and I think they should have tried. But they
have already beaten you this season,
but they've beaten us.
And
this
even
season.
if you beat Arsenal, Liverpool could still be ahead of you.
And Liverpool got those, and we've got to go to Anfield, which is harder than Arsenal coming to the Etihad. We've got to go to Anfield. I think we've won there twice in 20 years or something.
Yeah, Arsenal have got 4 games before then. They've got Newcastle at home. Newcastle seem to have fallen off a cliff recently. They've got Sheffield United away, Brentford at home, Chelsea at home. This is excluding their Champions League game. Before that,
they need 12 out of 12 there. Those fixtures that you just said, Arsenal need 12 out of 12. Those fixtures to win the league from Arsenal's position, 12 out of 12. They're capable, by the way.
They're capable, aren't they?
They're capable, but I think they need 12. From those fixtures, I didn't realise that's a lovely run. Feet, Gusto.
Gusto's a good player, man.
I mean, he did just give it away, but yeah.
But he was trying something, wasn't he?
He
was trying something.
Yeah. It's just, we're at a stage now where we haven't really got the personnel to be too advanced, too attacking.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with us now, just looking after the ball, find a man in space. There we go, look. There we go.
I'll take Haaland off. Get Haaland off.
You can't take Haaland off when you need
You
a
don't
goal.
take Haaland off.
He's come back from injury.
Yeah, but you can't
I know,
take
but
him off when
Alvarez has been in good goal.
I don't think Pep gets booed a lot, but if he took Haaland off here, I think
He wouldn't get
booze
booed.
in the ground.
I don't think you take off your main goal threat when you're losing at home, do you? Like,
No, but
regardless of...
yeah, but he's not in. He's just come back from injury. I think he's walking around the
You
pitch.
can't get a ball off us.
Yeah, I'd get another midfielder on.
Chelsea are just...
Nunez or something.
Chelsea are such an interesting team, aren't we? Like, how can we be doing this when we looked so bad in the first half against Palace, when we got battered by Liverpool?
But you still beat Palace as well. Do you know what I mean? You got over the line.
No, but we also looked atrocious.
Yeah, no,
Anyone half decent beats us that day. Oh, no!
Chelsea giving the ball away.
Disasi giving the ball away there.
It wasn't under pressure.
He's absolutely encommended it there.
You know when you see a performance like this from Conor Gallagher, right? There is something ridiculous to think that they were trying to sell him. Like, if they'd had their way...
It feels like they are trying to sell him.
If they'd had their way, he wouldn't be a Chelsea player now. You know, if they could have got the 50 million quid, he would not be a Chelsea
from
player.
Spurs.
Yeah.
Feels like they still take it as well.
I think they would.
Regardless, like he could end the season player of the year and all that.
And he'll go in the summer. Yeah.
The way he's broken up play, and he's doing that against Rodri and De Bruyne.
Yeah.
I think it's an argument he starts for England. He's that good.
I think there's a bad.
as well.
That's a bad thing for FFP though, when they're rewarding basically selling your best academy talent.
Mate, nothing screams we are panicked about FFP like trying to sell our captain.
But I just feel like the FFP
Tottenham.
shouldn't be there to it's almost rewarding selling. Like football should be trying to
rewarding
make you play your best.
it's rewarding bigger clubs.
I
Yeah, because
can't
not
believe
like
that
the likes of
happened.
Nottingham
Did you see
Forest
that
and
bit?
Wolves.
Look at De Bruyne. De Bruyne. He went for
Bruyne
a
down.
1-2 and he just got done.
Did he let it play on?
The ref didn't do the
Okay.
Universal sign for play on. I didn't see him do it anyway. I think he didn't think it was a foul.
De Bruyne's still down, by the way.
You think City would put the... Well, Chelsea don't need to put it out now. City
No.
haven't put it out.
Yeah.
He'll be fine, hopefully.
He'll probably get the ball here and twat it in.
Cool. Go on then.
Doku.
Go on then.
1-on-1 with
Go on.
Gusto. Got the ball through to Silva.
Oh, you need a bit of a Nasri turn there. Do you remember the Nasri turn?
Yeah, great goal.
Oh,
Great
Tevez.
goal. Was that for you?
Yeah, that was the
Great
Aguero
goal.
season.
Here we go.
And we were losing that game, I think.
It's just a trailing leg, really. I don't think it was that intentional. But Moises Caicedo's already been booked.
He should be off,
So
really.
considering
I think
he's had one
Let's
since
be
the
honest, let's be
booking.
real.
we need
He's
to
very
sub
lucky.
Caicedo.
He's had a good game as well.
No, he's
Good,
played well,
weird.
but we need to sub him. Not
Yeah.
because he's not playing well. We need to sub him because we can't go down to 10 men
Yeah.
against City.
Does the
Bad
manager
cross.
look at with 75 minutes left and go, it's
Oh, Foden didn't read it.
man.
How did I read that? How did Foden not read it?
I don't know.
That was obvious,
I think
wasn't it?
maybe
It's
he
not
had to
worked,
get
man.
back
It's not
on
worked
side.
today. Oh, the rhythm of the City side has been broken up. I don't know if that's down to Chelsea being brilliant, which I think it definitely is, but we've been poor today.
Folding in, back post, Haaland. It's gone out to Bernardo Silva. Ake.
Oh,
Ake's got to commit there. Doesn't he? I know
didn't
he's not a
dive, did he?
striker.
Look, Bernardo's asking the same question you're
I
asking.
know he's not a striker, but you've got to like
No,
kinda
but
just throw yourself.
Bernardo's
back.
asking
would,
the
if
exact
you
same question that you're asking. Watch, but Bernardo does the same thing. He's done what Adam done. He's like, why didn't you?
He's got to.
I actually don't think he could, even with a lunge, I don't think he can get there. But first time I saw it, I thought maybe he should have done that.
This is a big moment in the season.
This is yeah.
I think you need a point from this. A point, I think, is it would be
Because
a
it
bit of a
means that
statement.
they're
Ticking
still,
over.
Yeah, it would be a bit of a statement as well. They haven't been beat.
and
They've
they
got
still, if they
Chelsea
win
out
their
the
game in
way.
hand, they're 1
Yeah.
point behind Liverpool.
They've got
and
Chelsea out of the way as well, which is a fixture where it can go wrong.
Oh,
Here we go.
Go on.
that's not a foul.
Oh, no, it's not a
But I
foul.
thought he would have gave it because he didn't give the last one.
Yeah. You need
That's
an
not a
outball,
foul
don't
That
you?
either.
ricochet could have gone anywhere. We haven't got an outball. This is
Broja injured?
Pochettino did it. He's gone, mate.
Oh, sorry, he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
On alone.
Pochettino did exactly this against Arsenal. Just invite the pressure back on. It's weird management, isn't it? This is horrible.
Keeper's got to go there.
This is horrible.
Got 20 minutes left of this.
Trouble is, if City get one now, they'll get two.
Haaland! Another one! He's missed 3-4 of them
I said
today.
sub him
bro.
off, didn't I? It's genius football IQ. I told he's not in the game, lads. It's genius football IQ. Get this guy off.
Oh my God, that's an atrocious miss. Look at that ball from De Bruyne.
Another day he
Left
has
foot,
four.
left foot ball from De
Another
Bruyne.
day
There.
he has 4.
Oh, that's appalling. That is appalling. Levi Cole can't believe his luck. Mate, it's weird, Haaland, isn't it? It's so weird.
Haaland's turned into Darwin Núñez and Darwin Núñez turned into Haaland.
Turned into Timo Werner, mate.
I don't think he looks right anyway.
Oh,
at the moment.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah. He doesn't look right, Haaland, for me. He's not moving well.
God, this is a horrible way to play the game. I'm surprised that Pochettino has done this. We want this. We've signed up for this.
And Chelsea have the third most goals conceded in the last 15 minutes of a game.
Excellent. We're weirdly the architects of the current flow of the game. We had City pinned back at times. We were asking questions. We gave them something to worry about. Like, when you make your substitutions, the best way to make a substitution is to give the opposition manager something to be concerned about.
At least on the break,
Give them
yeah.
a problem. Give them something to think about. You bring on a player that's going to cause you something to worry about. If we were to bring on a player, I don't know, we're talking about Mudryk. You bring on a player like Mudryk, you lot have got to think about it.
Yeah.
We've brought on a centre half. You've got nothing to think about.
Yeah.
Just to read the bench that you had today, because it did look like a weak bench for a Chelsea bench. And see if this changes your mind towards how you feel about that sub. You have Bettinelli on there, Casade. I don't even know who that is. Sorry.
Cassidy.
Cassidy.
Yeah. But he was at Reading this season.
Sounds like a
He's
90s,
Italian.
90s pop singer.
He was at Reading. He was doing quite well.
Chalobah, Gilchrist, Harrison, Madueke, Mudryk, and Cuckoo.
Yeah.
And Sam Smith you got on your bench.
I mean,
Just like a gammon.
go. Oh, Jesus, this is horrible. I mean, Mudryk, I don't think he's very good, but he would give them a problem. Madueke, similar story, really. I don't rate him particularly highly, but he would give you.
But you know what I mean? Like he's looking at the bench and going,
Yeah, but how's he looked at it and gone, Chalobah? It's just a defender, isn't it? Like, I like Chalobah. I've got no issue with Chalobah being on a pitch, but not in place of Cole Palmer.
could he be thinking like you? And I know you were being a little bit boisterous with it, but going, hey, this is easy. It's like
Yeah.
kind of going, look, lads, 1-0 might be enough.
But mate,
here.
he did this against Arsenal when it finished 2-2. With
Yeah, and they were out of the game, weren't they?
Yeah, he
And they
did
got
this
back in
against
it.
Arsenal, and he did exactly the same thing. Not Cole Palmer, but he did it with Mudryk.
Midfield's been absent today. No control of the game.
This is
Leicester
horrible.
fans
This is really
saying
horrible.
Cassidy was there this season and he was terrible for them in the chat.
Reading are getting relegated, aren't they? I think.
Mate, Bristol, by the way, Bristol City letting QPR win today.
They're still in the relegation zone, Rangers.
I never hear from James Alcott. He never texts me. He never says, "How am I doing? How's life? Are you happy?" And then he says, "Oh, how's the Bristol
Did
City
he text
game?"
you today?
He texted me about the Bristol
He
City.
takes you about it. I like that.
I said,
I
well,
like
I was
that.
watching Man City. So what do you want me to do?
He's got up in my estimation. I like that.
No, I said to him, if QPR had lost, I would have done the same thing. Do you know what I mean? So, 25 shots, and has there been anything of consequence, really?
We've had more on
Has
target.
Petrovic been
We've had more on
tested?
target than you.
Raw, who would you rather go down, Millwall or QPR? Because they're next to each other.
I'd rather QPR go. I'd prefer Millwall to come to the Premier League.
You like Millwall then?
I think
Like,
he likes the
relatively.
idea
I like the
of
idea of
Millwall.
Millwall in the
London
Premier
club.
League.
Yeah.
Mill. Yeah. This is Cassidy.
By the way, Stoke, Elliot, if you're watching, you better be touting around on all this.
Stoke beat
Stoke
beat
3
QPR
points
on the
out.
weekend.
Yeah,
On the week.
3 points out. Big win for Michael Carrick's men today as well. Anyone watch Sunderland Till I Die yet?
Not yet.
First 3 eps.
What, the first or the new season?
Yeah, I watched the
I
first.
can't
3
keep
episodes.
watching it, man.
I
like it.
I love
Is it still good?
I love
Yeah,
it.
I like it.
Is it
I'm
still
wait-
relevant and interesting?
The company that
I
make
think
that.
I think they always are, man. It's intriguing as a thought. I watched one. I'll be honest, I haven't watched City's one.
I didn't watch Arsenal's one.
I didn't watch Arsenal's one either.
Once I saw the photographer getting involved, I thought,
Arsenal's one
No, it's
felt very,
intriguing to
very
how a club's
PR.
run.
It's like Tottenham did one, I think, and it felt very much like an advert
the
for the
Poch-
club.
to Daniel
Sacking got
Levy. It was
pulled
like
out.
Daniel Levy being like
Yeah.
Alan Sugar.
No,
on
no,
it.
I
You know
didn't.
what
Was that Rodri? Deflected and in.
1-1.
Shit.
Beautiful. That is a huge goal from Rodri.
Isn't it? Like, I'm serious. I don't, people say I've got the agenda or whatever, but from your perspective, Ad, you haven't got a dog in this fight. We've done this.
I
twice.
have. I
But
I don't want City to win.
No, but you don't have
Yeah.
a Pochettino. You're not.
Yeah.
He's done this, hasn't he? Pochettino has made the negative substitution that has allowed City to ask all the questions.
Look at
He has. Since the change, you have been
Perfection.
pegged back. But part of me goes, would City have done that to you regardless of who's on the pitch?
I don't think they. But
We would have had
everything that we
chances,
saw.
wouldn't we?
But everything that we saw when Cole Palmer was on the pitch, we were asking you questions.
But even then, we
And
still
Cole
would have had
Palmer's-
some chance.
You know what the problem for Chelsea is at the moment, and what kind of proves Rory right, is when the ball goes forward, it's just coming straight back. Cole Palmer's someone that he will stick to.
It will, and he'll win a free kick, and he'll win a
Yeah.
corner, and he'll just take
Or
the
at least
pressure off.
Mudryk could
Run
spin
the
with
bird.
something.
But if nothing else, if nothing else, it gives Kyle Walker and Rodri, who just scored, it gives them something to think about. Even if the fact that Cole Palmer isn't there, the fact that Mudryk isn't there, the fact that Madueke isn't there, the fact that it's Chalobah means that Rodri don't need to. Rodri worry about them. They're not on the pitch.
Andrew's agreeing with you.
Am I? Help
Says,
me.
I agree with Rory. Pochettino hasn't made Pep contend with any new problems. Pep only needs more against the same problem.
Yeah,
He's
people-
basically
People are okay.
He's spot on,
okay.
this guy.
He's basically
100%.
just saying you.
Are you serious about my point?
Yeah, your
Are you
point's
serious?
spot on,
Okay,
and
cool.
this kid's point's
Oh
spot on.
no, because I sometimes think because I don't like Pochettino, I sometimes think that maybe I'm not seeing it because I don't like him. But I feel like it's really true.
Well,
here.
sometimes you are unfair on Pochettino.
I'm never
but I don't
unfair.
think that is now.
It was overly negative. That Chalobah substitution happens now when you're 1-0 up. 85 minutes.
If
it
ever,
happens.
Booth, if ever.
Yeah, but you do have to short up
The
at
trouble
some
is,
level.
I still believe that Manchester City need to think about something going on behind them. They need to
For
have.
the last 10 minutes, we should have for your sake, and we didn't.
Like the
you know?
second that substitution
All
happened, you
pressure
know when
for
you went to me, Ad, you went, "What's going on, bro?" And I went, well, "Chalobah's coming on," and I'm thinking, "Please let this be for Colwill or Dizazi," and it's for Cole Palmer. You're like, okay, this is Arsenal at home. This is Arsenal at home all over again. What a shame.
Bernardo just got
He's the
booked
boy and all. I
for
tell
one
you what,
on
when he came on this
Caicedo.
field,
Change the game.
He's
Change
the
game.
boy, this fella. He's fucking so good at football, Bernardo Silva. The other thing, you know, when you were shortest to me and him,
I wasn't shortest.
you were. No,
I've
no,
got a
you
huge
were.
appreciation for short
No, you
people.
don't like short people.
I don't like you.
It's fine. No,
I like you.
I don't think you do.
You are a bit
I like-
shorter.
You are a bit.
What do you mean
are-
I'm a bit short?
No, like people know that you're like that.
What do you mean?
It's a lot of people come up to me.
I think
and say,
Napoleon's a great
Buvey don't
footballer.
like me,
No,
does
no,
he? I go, well, what's
Why
that
would you
like?
say that? And he goes, I'm only 5'8".
Yeah, I've had that a lot.
Yeah. No, it is. You're kind of famous for it.
Yeah.
But he's come on and changed the game.
Yeah, he has.
1,000,000%.
Point's fine. Point's fine. Just don't lose the point now. That's the important thing. You prick.
Oh, how's
you
he
prick.
off?
You absolute prick. You're looking at the same. You're standing next to the linesman. If the linesman can see it's offside, you can see it's offside.
You
If
can't be
you're
offside.
picking the ball up where the linesman is flagging, you've got the same view as him. How can you possibly not know you're offside?
Who was that?
Pochettino, he's wearing a cap.
No, the guy who's offside.
Oh, Gusto.
Oh, Gusto, yeah.
I mean, you have to be more specific.
This could be 2-1 now. Come on, let's make it 2-1. Let's get maximum points.
Well done.
He's been superb today, Gusto.
It's erratic though, isn't it?
Yeah, but let's see what he does now. Let's see what he
At
does.
least hold on to this.
It's erratic.
Oh, he's lost it there.
It's erratic. It's always erratic.
Yeah. But he's so young, isn't he?
Yeah, they all are, Booth. They're
Yeah.
children.
Yeah. Oh,
Nobody wants that, mate.
clear it.
That was really weird. Then both of them kind of stood back from it.
Yeah. How much added time do you reckon? 3 or 4 minutes?
No, I think it'd be more.
4 or 5?
I think it would be more.
So 10, let's say
I've
it's
got
9 minutes of pressure.
Overwhelming sense of just inevitability.
Buvey celebrate. Buvey dance. Buvey taking his top off and spinning it around his head in a minute. That's how I actually.
Getting his shorts out.
Yeah. There'll be some lucky ladies in London tonight.
Come on.
He'll be
There'll-
swiping right on
There'll
everything
be some
tonight.
lucky
keep it
ladies
going.
in London
Let's
tonight.
keep it going. That's rhythm. It's all about the rhythm, okay, guys?
Yeah.
Come on. All in.
What,
Smash it.
what lady are you going to
Oh.
let down tonight?
How many?
How many?
No.
Oh, he
I don't-
treats
you
me
don't let
with
anyone
respect.
down.
He
I don't know
says he
anyone.
loves
I'm
me
just
all the
involved with football,
time.
really. That's just my thing. you
He
know.
calls me 15 times a day.
Come on.
He likes to make sure that I'm fine. Is that you? Is that song about you?
I don't know what
There's
song that
just
is.
one thing that's getting in the way.
Who sang that?
When we go up to bed, you're just no good. It's such a shame. I look into your eyes.
It's Lily
I
Allen.
want to get to
Oh,
know
Lily
you.
Allen. Yeah. Come on.
God, is that you?
Is that
You
you?
asked the
What?
question?
Was that not fair?
Yeah.
Was that about you? I
No,
heard it was.
no.
She told me it was
Of course
about you.
not. I was about 12 when that came out.
She told me it was about you.
You know.
She said it was a recent hit.
God, come on.
Harry
That's it,
Robson
Connor boy.
said, we went to 5 at the back and gave him our ass. Poch
Man on!
masterclass, give him the next decade. I think that's a bit of sarcasm chucked in there.
Yeah. Old, you've got to be offside, haven't you? It's just stupid. It's just,
At this point,
it's
he's just wasting time now. He's
Yeah,
wasting
it's just
time running
stupid.
about.
Well, no, more importantly than the time is he's miles out of position. They'll take a free kick and he's
Do you know what I saw the other
Standing.
day that I just really had a memory of then? Remember Van Persie against Barcelona?
when he got sent off for no reason.
At the
Yeah.
time, I didn't realise how bad it was
Nah,
because
mate.
I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, he shot, didn't he?
It's so
Yeah.
bad.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's so
look,
bad.
again,
You wait for Lona.
you know me. I don't want to do. I'm not one for the conspiracy.
Barca's
But it's
a
an
big
off
one.
bad,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? It was not like from
Especially when you
Arsenal.
have the was
That's
the
the same
Chelsea
year
one
as
the year
Essien.
before?
Well, not
Pardon?
Essien, but
Was Chelsea the one year
Chelsea was
before?
the year before, yeah.
So like in that 2
It's
years,
yeah,
you
it was
have that.
consecutive. Well, do you know what? It got to the stage where Manchester United played in Rome against Barcelona, the 2009 final. And believe it or not, I remember watching it. And now, with a bit of hindsight, I'm kind of glad that Man United didn't win it. But going into that game, I was like, I hope Man United batter them. I wanted
Yeah.
United to win. How can they make it? Like, I want United to win a European
yeah,
Cup.
that's how bad it was.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah. It was horrible, wasn't it? I hated it.
I just remember being
That wouldn't
like,
happen now, I don't think. I just don't think it
Wow,
could happen.
Really?
Mate, that Chelsea game, there were 4 penalties. You know, Ovrebro as
It was
well.
a VAR.
There were 4
that
penalties.
ref was and you know when you hear stuff about
Did he
Barcelona and referees now, you start going,
Didn't he retire a year after?
He
And it's
never
like
reffed another game.
really?
He never reffed another game.
he got some bad
He's living in the Argentine.
some back creep.
He's living in the Alps somewhere in a chateau.
Caked.
cake, yeah, cake.
Yeah, he's eating foie gras. Old Thomas
Snow
Ovra,
Angels
bro.
and cash.
Yeah, Scrooge McDuckin into it.
Go on.
Yeah.
Give it simple. That's
Ah!
shit.
I thought I thought
Flick
he
it
was
in.
going to do that.
Flick it in. Come on, he's changed the
It's
game.
going to be De Bruyne, isn't it? It's going to be De Bruyne.
Come on, whip it in. Far post. Beat the first man.
I've always kind of had a little dislike for Barcelona. Like I prefer Real Madrid.
So do I.
Classical.
I always want Real Madrid to win the league if it's those two. Yeah. Do you have like another?
Go on.
Oh, he's won it.
Oh,
Do you have another team out there that you like? Like in Italy.
I love the beauty of AC Milan.
Yeah.
and the black and red and all that. It's just
San Siro.
they're a beautiful club. They are.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you know Beckham's like list of clubs.
Yeah, it's best. It's the best ever.
It's class,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know who else has done that? Do you know who's lived a good life, good footballing life? When you think about where he's lived, Cesc Fabregas.
Yeah.
Cesc
Como
Fabregas has
and
lived in London, Monaco, Barcelona. he's only lived and Como.
Yeah.
He's basically only lived in wicked places. You're right,
That's
Beckham
amazing.
as well.
We got to go to a Como game, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I want to. Dennis Wise, isn't it? My boy. If we nick this now and go to Potter.
Go on. Oh, if he caught that. He caught that.
You could have scored that. You could have scored.
4 minutes added on. We're into the first one of them.
Come on, one more chance. I'll take a point. Let's just end the game. I'll take a point.
I actually don't think it's a bad point. It's a good point for us, but I actually don't think it's a bad point for you. I just think that we're the architects of our own downfall here. We've set up to concede. I don't know why we did.
Too much, man. Too much. Didn't need
Don't
that fucking ball.
Who's the
Didn't
club?
need that ball.
Who's the club that has the romance for you?
Sampdoria. Sampdoria, like Rud Hullet in that ERG kit.
Fiorentina have a little bit.
Fiorentina,
you know, the
Batistuta,
viola.
man. Yeah. Batistuta
Yourself?
at Wembley.
Booth.
I think it's AC Milan for me.
Yeah.
AC Milan.
Batistuta's goal at Wembley against Arsenal, when Arsenal were playing their home Champions League games at Wembley. That's kind of like my first
Go on,
understanding of the importance of the European Cup.
De Bruyne.
It's the wrong ball. It's the wrong fucking ball every time.
De Bruyne just stood one
deserved
up to
a
the back
cutback.
post, but
Oh,
what
that is a foul.
happened there? Did he get
Ridiculous.
elbowed in his
You
face?
know,
He's
man.
just a kid and he's trying to make a statement. And he made
He
it.
made a statement.
And he made it, yeah.
He's given a free kick away. Ball gets whipped in now.
Yeah. It's foolish.
Stupid.
It's foolish, but
It's going out of play.
It's foolish, but it's young.
Zlatan's. Someone mentioned Zlatan's teams as well.
What has he only played in?
Manchester.
Has
Well,
he
he played a
only-
lot in Italy. Played for Juve, Milan, both Milan.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, United, Barca.
It's not as good as
LA.
Beckham's though, because Beckham's played for the
Beckham's
best
is
club.
perfect.
Beckham's played for the best club in England, the best club in Spain, the best club in France. It's that corner.
But he done all of Beckham's apart from Real though, because he done PSG, LA Galaxy,
Yeah,
AC Milan. And Man
Beckham's
United.
the best.
Because it's only the.
And it's also
only
like,
the elite.
remember them
It's only
shirts
the
you used
elite.
to see back in the day with LA, Paris, all that shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's basically Beckham's
Yeah.
thing, isn't it?
New York, Paris,
Milan.
London.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. He never played in London, Beckham, did he? For a Londoner as well. Never played for anyone.
Played in Preston, didn't he? On loan.
Yeah, he played in Preston.
I think if he played for anyone in London, it would have been Spurs.
Yeah,
Really?
He's,
His
from
dad-
that,
his
from
granddad
that
like-
part of
is
the
he?
world.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I
I
from
think
there.
his granddad's a Spurs
He's
fan.
from the same neck of the woods as Harry Kane.
And he used to always score against Spurs as well. And he used to
Chingford.
look up at his family.
Yeah.
When
Did he?
Yeah, he's from like Chingford that way.
from Leytonstone, isn't it?
Yeah, and Kane's Chingford, but it's same part of the world.
One more.
1 minute to go.
One more. Come on. Women would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Beautiful. Come on.
Don't
Come on. Just hit it. Hit it.
Just be controlled. Look, we've done everything right for so long. Just nothing silly.
Skin him.
Dizazzi,
Skin him.
just be aware.
Individual expression.
Oh, switch on now. Switch on. This can land
Come on then.
right. Petrovic, come on, just come and claim it.
I play it short now.
Just come and
play
claim it.
short. Play it short.
Come on, Petrovic.
Come on.
just claim it.
Come on, Kevin.
Don't let these lot score here.
Let's whip it in. Go on.
Oh, they're gone around there. Was that a chance for Ireland then?
I don't know. You know, I don't know
That's
what
a
happened.
foul on your man there.
One more.
20
Come on.
seconds.
We've got 20 seconds. Fucking hell.
Oh, come on, Chelsea. Nothing.
Let's whip it in, mate. Come on.
Come on, Chelsea.
Come on. Here we go. Get it in.
Oh
Get it
no,
in.
he shouldn't
First
have
time.
that room.
First time.
Chilwell.
Come on. Whip it in.
One of the best-
Bernardo Silva into the box. Haaland. Go on. Oh, it's falling all over the place. Ake's in there.
Oh, my God. Come on.
Oh, he's-
Doku.
Beat him.
Last minute of the game.
Oh, fucking wrong.
Caicedo clears it. Disasi gets it away. Is the referee letting his play
That'll
on?
do, ref.
One more
Ref.
opportunity. No, but
Another
added time
attack.
and all,
Ref
added time
from
and all that.
City.
Added time and all that.
De Bruyne.
You were time wasting earlier. Come on.
Oh,
Go
it's
on.
got
Oh my
there to
God.
Bernardo Silva.
It's
He's
the ball.
hanging
It's
it into the box. Ake.
Ake.
Rodri. He's hit the defender. Is this handball? Ref. I mean,
Oh
not
my
ref,
God.
but lads.
That goes anywhere.
Sort of.
Oh my
Pulling
God.
All over Ruben. Handball kind of falls onto his hand. It's not handball, is it? If anything, it's a foul.
Is it a tug of the
Colwell.
shirt? I'm worried about the shirt pull. I'm
Is that a
really
foul?
worried about the Colwell shirt pull.
The thing is, it's not made that, you know, that they look
yank.
for that triangle bit, don't they?
It's not foul, is
It's
it?
landed on his
Look
arm.
at his.
Why are they
look at-
checking that?
He's controlled it with his arm. They're going to give it. It's hit his arm about 3-4 times, isn't it?
Are they doing
Oh,
it?
he's not giving it! I think that's the right decision.
I think it's the right
ultimately.
decision as well.
But
I would have loved
I
it.
thought
but
that was going to get given.
It's getting ridiculous, isn't it? These micro decisions.
It's landed down
Pathetic.
into a
It's
space
pathetic.
where he is. He
There's
can't
four
do much
blokes
about
all
it.
grabbing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not handled the ball.
Ball into the box, Bernardo Silva. Oh, go on. Oh.
Ref.
Referee's blown it. Well done.
Good point.
Well done. Wow.
Here we go.
Arsenal usually
Never
need
in
to win
doubt.
this league. You know?
Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Easy as you like. Raheem Sterling.
Great
Buvey.
finish.
We're obviously going to speak more about it on this week's podcast, which is out on Monday. But just your immediate reactions to dropping 2 points at home. Is it 2 drop points gained? How are you looking at it?
In the context of this game, mate, I think it's a beautiful point. It keeps us in good contention with Liverpool and Arsenal, who we still have to play in the remainder of the season. And I think it showed a lot of fight. Again, Rodri scoring a big goal. How many times have we seen that last season when we won the treble? It was all because of Rodri's big goals and big moments. Obviously, the Champions League final being one of them. So to do it against Chelsea, keep us in the Premier League title race, huge.
What did you make of Erling Haaland's? He looks dejected there. Obviously, strikers usually look like that when they don't score anyway, especially strikers like him. But he had the chances today.
Yeah, he's just. I don't think he looks physically fit. I think he's a little bit off the pace.
Physically fit. Physically.
Yeah.
I think Alvarez has been superb.
Fantastic. Big ship on the ocean like a big Titanic.
Sorry, go on.
No, but
Sorry.
I think this winning streak from City was down to Alvarez playing by himself with Haaland being injured. Why don't we bring Haaland in as a substitute? I think he looks a little bit rusty.
Yeah. Overall, the real winners today are Liverpool, aren't they? You know, it's Liverpool, top of the league is what they'll be singing because if you're a Liverpool fan watching this or an Arsenal fan watching this, you probably anticipated City winning and winning convincingly. The fact that Chelsea have got something out of the game is huge for the title race. It opens it right up. The reason I'm gutted, like I feel really, really flat about it, is because I feel like we were the architects of our own downfall. Look, we rode our luck at times. Haaland missed some chances, but we had our chances. We missed a few. Nicholas Jackson was incredibly wasteful. And the game was there for us. I felt like we were in control of the game. I felt like we were asking the questions. I felt like Pep Guardiola didn't really know what to do. And then Mauricio Pochettino sort of handed it to him.
Played into their hand.
Yeah. Basically, what we did was we decided that we were going to sit back for 20 minutes against one of the most exciting and incisive attacks in world football. It's not going to work, mate.
But
I agree.
Is it not still a good result? Because I had
I'd say
Chelsea
it's not.
losing 4-1.
I'd say it's not a good result. It's not a good result because your perception changed. It's a good result before the game, but then I've seen the game and the 3 points were there for us. And I feel like Manchester City weren't brilliant today.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester City didn't play us off the park and dominate and deserve a point and make it impossible for us to get anything major out of the game. We opted into negative tactics. We took off Cole Palmer, which gives Rodri, just think about the goal. Rodri's in our penalty area scoring goals. So Rodri isn't worried about what's going on behind him because it's not a big deal to him because there's nothing there. Cole Palmer, our biggest goal threat, is off. He has not been replaced by McKola Mudryk, who would be there. He's not been replaced by Noni Madueke, who'd be there. He's been replaced by Trevor Chalobah, who's in front of him. So immediately, Rodri goes, right, I'm going to play 5, 6, 7 yards further up the pitch. Suddenly he's in the box scoring goals. It's Pochettino that's done that.
But
Yeah, spot on.
a few weeks ago, you looked at it, you'd conceded 8 goals in those 2 games against Liverpool, Wolves. You know, you went into that Villa game feeling like we got Villa away, we got Palace away, we got City away. And you come out of that, you're through in the cup, you beat Palace, you got a point at the champion.
Yeah, I guess so. I just think you are right, and I should be happier. We've gone to City and not.
I get why you're not.
I just feel like and maybe I'm demonstrating an element of greed here, but I just feel like the win was there for us if we had wanted it enough, if we'd gone for it enough, and I feel like the players were up for it. But I think there were negative tactics that has ultimately
also a win in this game would have brought you. I'm not sure on the goal difference, but you would have been level or ahead of Newcastle. So you'd have been in 7th place.
Yeah,
it would have looked a lot
significant on some level
in the league.
in terms of the ownership.
Europe as well. Europe.
Yeah, you start.
But I think it sets us up quite nicely for a League Cup final next weekend.
Which we'll cover and we'll preview in the podcast, which we're about to do this weekend for Monday as well. Man City dropping points. I know you've kind of briefly said Buvey, but 2 points dropped, 1 point gained. How are you feeling?
We win, we're above Arsenal, our game in hand, and we can beat Liverpool at Anfield on our day. So I do think City are in a fantastic position, but there were some issues today where I think you would be a little bit worried, a lack of control, maybe a lack of focus. but it's going to happen. You know, the winning streak's kind of come to an end, but it's not a bad draw.
So there you have it, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in today. We apologise about the issues that we did have earlier in the stream. We're as gutted about them as I'm sure you guys were when they were going down. Remember, there's still 52 people in Super 6 that have a chance at the moment, and currently have 4 correct results. That means 4 people predicted 1-1 in this game. Absolutely incredible stuff, and there's still 2 more fixtures to go. If you're not already a part of the Super 6 community and the Club Super 6 community, our league is Club 23. That's the code, Club 23. Then please hit that link in the description below. If you're over 18, you can get involved. It's free to play, and you can be a big part of a chance to win £250,000 every single round for absolutely free. So thank you very much to everyone for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be back with the podcast on Monday, live midweek, and then we got that cup final next week. Season's heating up. See you soon.
Right.